not be allowed to say what I want after doing these streams. Holy fuck.
It's not that much fun.
Yeah, having to actually,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
your words having consequences is an evil concept.
It's the fuck. Okay, it says we're live.
Oh!
Oh, neat. I want to make sure, but yeah, well, fucking.
I'm
We were just
hoping
talking
that when
about-
the phone rings, I'm hoping when the phone rings and my brother picks it up, that it's not going to fucking immediately broadcast his phone call over Skype.
I don't see
Wait a
anything.
But
in the fucking...
there's
Wait.
no way to know because
Happening
most
again.
of the people who run technologies like that, they
It's
do
happening again.
stupid shit like that.
Yeah,
We're not
there's
live.
nothing. It's not live.
It's happening again!
Okay, well, it should be live. It says it's live, so I remember last time it broadcasted. It broadcasted perfectly, even if it doesn't say it's live on your end. Plus, I made sure to
Oh wait,
select
no.
public.
I see it. It says you're streaming live 55 seconds ago, live now. Let me click on this.
So
Tenk will not be
I'm
joining
not
us in
changing
the
any.
tsun
I'm
for
not
the
changing.
rest of the
Yeah, there.
Oh yeah, it's on. I have it open.
I'm not changing anything.
Alright, I have to. Let me just post this. Fuck. Anyways,
You might
yeah, we're
be able
just
to hear the
talking
game
about-
sound, the game music that I fucking selected for my
I
helicopter.
can't hear shit. I
It's
cannot
not,
hear shit.
Oh, there it is. We're good. Yay!
I can, yeah. If I watch the stream, I can hear the actual game sound in the background, which is kind of cool.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh, well.
Hmm.
Well, should
First
I
of
earned
all-
a shit ton of PF points?
First of
Mm.
all, how come none of this shit about the UN is on the front page of Reddit? Not a word.
Pleb it.
Pleb it. Not a goddamn word. Seriously, nothing. It's kind of a big deal.
They're afraid.
Mm,
That's right. Kind of like the brain bug.
it's afraid. I don't know. I thought that was strange. I mean, showing up in like the obscure, gamer Gazi, whatever the fuck it is, Reddit. I don't know, but nowhere else. Nowhere
Of course,
else.
Gamer Gazi would take the side of the actual fucking the psychopathic broads, the totalitarian cunts.
I mean, I'm sure they're
That's really
talking
what the UN
about
is for. It's a platform for totalitarians.
I'm sure they're talking about it on Infinity Chan, but
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
that's not gonna get to any normal people.
The-
No normal people.
The fucking normies.
Re. Re.
Oh
Fucking
my
normie
god! Just
faggots.
it's just like, all right, I'm gonna admit that. All right, you got to me, Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn. You got no business being at the UN. You don't. You don't.
I'll
Get
admit,
out.
I'll
Get
admit,
the fuck out.
I have a strong desire to see them both die. I have a strong desire to see them both have the clitorises chopped off
shit.
until they bleed to death.
They would apologize to the people doing it and be like, "We're sorry for victimizing your poor underclass countries."
Mm.
And then, in response, the people doing the clit chopping would go, "I la 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 la," because that's their language. That's how they talk.
Their language was just a bunch of baby drunken, inebriated infant noises.
Oh shit.
And then, after their clits and labias are sawn off with a sharpened stone, Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian would say, "I hope this helps pay back the awful colonialization of your countries."
It's
From
our
evil
fault
America.
that you're cutting our that you're
America.
sawing our hairy beavers, our hairy unshaven
Yeah,
beavers
how,
off
how are they gonna cut through all that hair with just a sharpened
All-
stone?
of the lesbian beaver pubic hair. It's our fault that you're doing this to us.
Did you link this to your blog or whatever?
I tweeted it.
All right, yeah, okay.
I don't
Because
see any tweets.
We got 2 viewers now, so
Oh,
I think
I see a
viewer count's probably gonna go up.
from
What's this?
furries. Furries.
Hi, furries.
Speaking of wanting to fuck animals, I
Oh,
bet you
shit.
want to fuck this fox.
What?
I fucking repainted the wolf so it looks like a fox.
I am the
I
wolf.
guess you want to fuck that. Now you want to fuck my pet dog.
What the fuck? Did you get your hair redone in this game
Yeah,
or
why does
something?
Snake... Ah!
No.
Whoa! He's wearing an eye patch too.
He's very kawaii a little bit. He's really not.
Snake is
What?
weird looking.
Why does your fucking dog have a sneaking suit? What shit is that? Seriously,
I gave him a sneaking suit.
Why can you give him a sneaking suit? Is the question.
that's so strange.
Not only does he have a sneaking suit, let's see, oh yeah, he has a tiny knife, and it's a stun knife. So I can order him to
And he grabs
put-
it with his teeth and like stabs people with it.
Yes. I can order him to either kill people or knock them out.
Can he be heinously killed like Snake?
No.
Oh,
You can't kill it.
That's
You
the
can
thing
punch the
is-
dog.
I don't know if this is, yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's an you have an
I'm not
animal
gonna-
friend in a game, so it has to die somehow to tug
Well,
at
Quiet-
your heartstrings.
Quiet ended up leaving. In fact, I looked it up, and there's no way to get it back after she leaves.
Oh,
What a cunt.
And it's like, why did you add her? First off, there's a wormhole in the fucking game. You can use wormholes to extract people. Now we got 5 fucking viewers.
you know this takes place before the very first Metal Gear, right?
Yeah.
They don't use any wormholes in the subsequent.
Yeah, guess what? Wormhole generators, they don't exist today, and it's 25 years after this game takes place.
This game takes place in 82 or 84.
Kojima, just stop it, all right?
Kojima.
Kojima, just fucking.
They're silly games, but people take them really, really fucking serious.
Well, they're a silly people. They're
silly
a little people.
little people.
The fucking Japanese are a little.
They won't be
Silly
joining
people
us in the.
and
They
a
won't.
little.
They won't be joining us in the rising sun.
Was shot. One of my favorite Rush songs. Shot down the
Shot
rising.
down the rising sun.
Fuck's sake.
Rush is a great band.
Yeah.
Especially when they're writing songs about
Destroying
fucking
Japan.
dropping the atomic bombs on Japan.
It's not really a song about destroying Japan. It's just about World War II.
Fucking just fucking them up.
The Manhattan Project.
Is
Holy
Snake supposed
shit.
to be Japanese?
No, he's American.
No.
He's American.
Fucking Master Miller.
It's half Japanese, yeah.
Waffle
or was he?
whack.
He was supposed to be like. He's like Alaskan, right? He's like Eskimo, half Eskimo, or something.
I think
no,
it's supposed to be a
Solid
rip-off
Snake
of Rambo.
lived in Alaska.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, in Metal Gear Solid, he was a musher, that kind of goofy ass
I don't know. From what I remember from the first Metal Gear Solid game, I don't. It was. I thought they talked about his like he was half
Yeah.
Japanese or something.
Well, Master Miller's half Japanese. Snake is I don't know. I forget exactly, but you know how these games are. They get so fucking convoluted. They
Oh
make
shit!
sense.
You've been caught.
I don't know. He was just spotted.
And you have a fucking rocket fist. You have a fucking Mega Man rocket fist in this game. Like it's straight up Mega Man. You're gonna do it again. There it goes.
And yet I
There
can't
it
get Quiet
goes.
back. Yet I cannot get Quiet back. What the fuck?
How do you get it back?
Yeah, how do you get it back?
No,
It just
doesn't.
teleports.
Yeah, it just it rebuild. I have an infinite amount of them.
Wait, is this the wormhole? Oh, we missed it. We didn't see the wormhole. We sucked that guy up into a wormhole, though.
The Fulton system.
Yeah, the Fulton wormhole.
No
And it
more-
doesn't change the fucking... It's a wormhole, but it still shows up as a fucking goofy-ass balloon.
All I know about this fucking game is from what I've seen on these fucking podcasts.
That's pretty much everything. It's a weird... They've almost embraced the silliness, it looks like.
Yeah, but Kojima can't live with that. It's got to be fucking. Ugh.
Yeah, it's stupid, but also it's like...
This
as
is
far
way
as a
more
video
sane
game,
than any of the other fucking games.
Well, the story's still completely bonkers off the wall bullshit, but the gameplay at least looks like it's very much touched up. It's basically
Yeah,
they're trying to
basically-
make Skyrim because
Yeah.
Skyrim was one of the most perfect rated games in Japanese fucking shit. So they're like, oh, here's a fucking perfect game, Skyrim. This is the best game ever.
Skyrim only becomes perfect when you can mod dicks on people.
Yeah, or
Then
or
it's-
you get the naked, sweaty, extremely swole, muscular. Oh shit. orc chicks. Have you seen some of those orc chicks? They're fucking.
You know what?
I want some of those, but it's like, how do I? You have to get script extender, and it's like, what the fuck's they even mean?
It wasn't too hard. It's just I got tired of it. I've played Skyrim so fucking much. But you know what?
I only played through it once, and I was like, there, that should be everything.
Fucking love can bloom on the battlefield. The love of cutting a woman's fucking pussy off just because. There's love. But it's out of love that they do that to you.
Yes. Well, it's because they respect women so much. That's what they believe in their cultures.
American men MRAs and stuff.
He was absorbed into the ceiling.
Kind of a lot of delay there.
That's a decoy guy, just standing there.
Yeah, there's decoys. Did I get the fucking decoy thing? The Fulton decoy thing?
There's a Fulton decoy. Who cares?
The decoy octopus thing.
Yes, decoy. You know, it's funny. Decoy octopus is the guy you kind of never actually see.
You do. He's the DARPA chief. Right?
Yeah, he's the DARPA chief, but you really only see the DARPA chief, and you have a conversation with him.
But guess what? The
DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief turns out to be like one of the philosophers or some shit.
Oh yeah, if you play the third game, I guess.
GW.
Just gets fucking.
Yeah,
I still don't fully understand all that bullshit.
Because it's jargon. It's that.
It really is. There's just a ton of word salad. There's a lot of that in this. It used to be Kodak calls. Now they're cassette
Japanese
tapes.
writing. That's what no one ever seems to point out.
Oh, it's lolly low.
Yeah,
again,
which, again, has no meaning, no purpose. There's no purpose to the name. It's some kind of Japanese, just like a Japanese alliteration meme.
I mean, I understand that. It's just they don't want. It's like some sort of thing.
It's stronger than religion. Stronger than God.
Somehow they brainwash the entire population of the planet. Anybody who has nanomachines in their brain can't actually say the Patriots. So they say fucking lolly baby talk.
And they'd never really explain that either.
Don't do they?
You have to. No, not really.
I mean, I read about that. I didn't know what.
Yeah, exactly. You have to fucking find out by reading about it. That it's not actually in the game enough.
It's kind of important that you brainwash the entire population.
And they have to fucking inject themselves with nanomachines and then also with nanomachine suppressants so that the nanomachines aren't being too nanomachine-y and they make money.
Patriots are silly people.
Little people.
Little people.
Yeah, it's
there's tons of that word salad in here, but instead of nanomachines, it's parasites.
Because they parasites.
Yeah, but it's jargon heavy, and they never explain the jargon. They're like, GW will infest the G and leave us only with the W. It's like, who gives a fuck?
My god.
Stupid ass.
They did not really say that. You're making that up.
No, but it sounds like something.
It sounds, but yeah, it's basically what they would say. Yes.
I totally buy it.
But the game has
shit don't know
in it.
I seriously don't know if you're making that up or not.
It sounds like something.
Leave it as a mystery. That is how they talk, though.
There we go.
That's how the characters talk in all of the games, except for one, because one was like practically rewritten by the translator.
They still have it still is really wordy. They still go into a lot of the philosophizing, but it doesn't seem as
meaningless.
bad.
It's meaningless though. It has no purpose to the story. It doesn't benefit the story. It's like Chekhov's gun, except if there's like 20 Chekhov's guns lying around that were never used. It's a failure in every level of storytelling.
Holy shit, that sounds like it would be terrible.
But everyone who defends the game is like, hey, you're not supposed to take it seriously, and then they take it seriously. They're like, what is the meaning of the Patriots? The Patriots.
I mentioned on SWC that I made a post to V, basically just making up this supposed friend who just... It's basically just a fucking...
You made a post about the actual friend.
It's just an allegory for weeaboos in general, but just fucking... And of course, they got horrifically infuriated while pretending that they weren't. But you could just see through... You could so easily see through just how infuriated they were that somebody didn't love Metal Gears, and I fucking say in the post, I enjoy the game. I play the game. I've played all the games, but I don't.
Yeah, that's
these
the thing
people
about
treat it
Weebs. It
like
doesn't
it's
matter how nicely you
fucking
put it.
descended from fucking atheist heaven. Fucking Kojima's a god on Earth among puny mortals like ourselves. How dare we try to understand him? And then here's me just being like, no, I don't care.
Yeah, the games are just dumb. They're
Yeah,
stupid, and the people who
they're
like
dumb
them are
fun. It's dumb fun. And meanwhile, I compared it to Fallout 4, which is going to be a great game. I already know
game.
that.
It will
No
be a better
one
game.
needs to fucking tell me that. They got so infuriated. But they're trying to cover it up by being like, oh, you fucking both stupid. All of you are stupid. Hey, you fucking... You
Yeah,
don't know what you're
then they
talking
all turn
about.
on each other. It's like the fucking just dropping a hand grenade and watching everyone stab each other to death as the hand grenade doesn't even go off.
It's like rolling a quarter down a hill and they all kill each other for it. They all bash their heads in.
They bonk their
for
heads
it.
together, chippa.
Who was the character that she could deflect bullets and missiles?
Oh, Fortune. Yeah, I remember Fortune.
Yes,
But it turns out that it was a trick and she couldn't really do that. But then at the end, she actually does do it. I'm like,
Then,
That one actually, I thought, had a fucking explanation. First of all, they point out that it's technology to
Mhm.
like some kind of satellite is essentially
but
like
also remember, this is the same game with a magic talking hand.
yes, the magic talking hand, which is and that's not
oh.
explained, and it had no explanation, and Kojima had absolutely no plan to explain it. He completely fucked that up. He didn't realize it was the dumbest thing in video game history.
they explained it in 4, but it's not a very
But
good
he
explanation.
made that up. Kojima, that explanation
Two-
did not exist.
two
Kojima
games
made
later.
it up 2 games later.
Yeah, at the time it was like, okay, it's just infected by magic hand. That really was shark jumping because
That was the
MGS
shark
1
jump.
was the most sane stable of all of the entire series.
Metal Gear Solid 3 even had a ton of... I would say even had even more retarded shit than the magic talking hand. Because at least it's weird because they explain it as being like, well, he was just pretending to be liquid.
He was
like,
just pretending to be retarded.
okay, so how did his voice change perfectly? And it just doesn't work.
Well, they
It's a retcon.
hypnotized him or something. They fucking.
But it's what
brainwashed
they
him.
call in the comics industry a retcon, where they just
Yeah.
change their minds afterwards to
It was dumb.
make up the explanation.
Like
doesn't
when
work.
I was playing Metal Gear Solid 2 for the very first time, and I was like, "Yay, Solid Snake! Blah, 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 I'm on a boat." Oh shit! There's a new Metal Gear, and then out comes fucking Ocelot, and he's got this goofy ass giant arm stapled to himself, and he's talking like Liquid. I'm like, what?
It's like his arm is expanding, and then his arm is like waving in the air like it's controlling him.
I was 12 years old. I was like, goofy shit like that should just go be fine at 12. I was like, nah, I'm done with this.
Yes, even then, is like, this is retarded.
It's kind of like when I read comic books for like the first time. I was 9 or 10, and I'd already been
like
reading
10, 11, 12.
Michael Crichton novels. And
That
it's
was
like,
more
this
like
is
when we were
written for
13.
fucking kindergartners.
This is
I
too
could tell
dumb
that
even
already.
for like a 5th grader. This is
Yeah,
too
exactly.
Shit. You're gonna
Exactly.
make a lot of people angry saying
No, but it's true. The fucking
Yeah,
comics
it'll never
industry
make
is
sense.
full of retarded shit that's unreadable.
Look at Kate Leff. Kate Leff has a career in comics. She just got hired by Marvel.
And she has no talent. She was hired because she has a cunt between her legs. And it's the same exact reason why Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn are at the UN. It's not because they have anything intelligent or correct to say. It's because they have a cunt between their legs.
I mean, could we talk about how have these fucking shyster scamming bitches wound up at the fucking UN?
Because that's what the UN does. That's what the UN's been doing for the past 30 years
I'm
now.
implying that they're from a very specific ethnicity. That is
Is horror an
responsible.
ethnicity?
But yeah, that's the reality of the fucking of the UN is that they've been doing this. That's all they do. Holy shit! What the fuck's wrong with your guy?
Like, they have nothing to say. They're demonstrably wrong. They're fucking insane.
That's who the UN has always given a platform to, is the people who are the most wrong.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the UN
They've
is
had
like a
mass
fucking-
murdering dictators up there, and the exact thing saying the US has a fucking mind control serum. It's that fucking teleports people through the air and can beam giant crates into wormholes, and they're stealing all of our resources. And the UN is like, oh, what can we do about this awful United States that's using wormholes to beam up everyone's resources?
How does nobody see you fucking sucking up giant crates into wormholes?
There's no one else around, I guess.
Because I knocked everyone out because I'm so fucking pro.
Pro Solid Snake Skater.
Then there was the whole Google ideas thing, which apparently, from what I'm reading so far from people who know people who work in Google, it's a joke and nobody cares. So that's good, I suppose. At least
That's what it should be, certainly. No one should be taking that seriously. Now, if it was the UN, they would give the fucking whole thing a fucking platform. And be like, oh, here we go. Yeah, how do we censor the entire internet so that women's feelings aren't hurt? That's the nature of their
These
shit.
are not people who should have ascended to that level. They shouldn't have gotten to this point at all in the first place.
Well, that's the reality of being taken seriously, is that all you have to do is say, I'm a college professor, and people will be like, oh, this college professor can never be wrong. And so now the college professor can be like, they're beaming up our natural resources. The United States is stealing our natural resources with these wormholes. And everyone will be like, well, he's a college professor. He's right.
They're putting fluoride in a drinking water. My perfect natural fucking life essence, my life juices.
They're stealing
And
our
why
our
not
life
fucking
juices.
invite if the opposition are also insane and as bad as like fucking evil dictators, then why don't they invite someone like Milo or Sargon to come talk at the fucking UN
Because
too?
they're too conservative. They would be seen as too conservative,
They're
which
not
therefore...
world
They invite
leaders
dictators, like you said.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
fucking-
But the dictators are essentially friendly to leftist ideology, and the majority of
Yeah, it's
Europe is
progressive
leftist.
stack. It's
Yes.
progressive stack hardcore.
The progressive stack, exactly. And the progressive stack was invented by the left, and 99% of Europe is socialist liberal, which means they all agree with the progressive stack is their politics. And everything else that is leftist, like white knighting for Islam and that kind of shit. All of that shit is seen as friendly to leftist politics. It's their pet causes. It's all that shit combined into one. And that's why they will always support Islam, no matter how much clit chopping they do. And the UN, of course, being in favor of that, will support that as well.
There's another thing that I brought up on Twitter is we don't have a Christopher Hitchens anymore. We don't have a
Yeah,
spearhead.
he's gone. There's no
this,
replacement. Not
yeah.
even like
Well,
people like
there's us.
Milo.
There's us.
Sure,
Yeah,
there's
there's us.
just amazing, but we don't have. There's no. Do you know what I mean? Though there's no Anita Sarkeesian on the other side, the side of reason and logic.
Well, I mean,
There is-
Anita Sarkeesian isn't even that great of a thinker or speaker.
no, but look at to the heights she's risen to just
Again,
because.
though, that's
It's
just
only because of her politics. It's just her politics.
Yeah.
It's not even her necessarily.
It's just because of her politics.
well, then how did
it's just- they
Christopher
just
Hitchens
granted-
raise to the heights he got to?
Because he was
Fucking,
smart.
he was old too.
Yeah, he
And
was old.
in
It
his
was- it took-
60s
Yeah,
when
people
he
still-
got fame.
People still aren't really aware of him. And, people were only just becoming aware of him. He got fucking cancer, he died, that kind of shit. And
But yeah, we don't have a spearhead like driving all this forward. There's no. There's nobody. There's no.
no
there-
great
we need another-
speakers, really.
Yeah, there's no great speakers. There's no one with any real clout able to take on these people and be listened to and heard.
Yeah, there's Milo, but he is still right-wing. He's still pretty much
no
conservative.
one's gonna listen to Milo. Seriously,
He
nobody's
could
gonna.
because he's gay,
Especially,
so he's,
especially
he's on the
African
progressive
dictator
stack.
warlords.
Yes.
As far as they're concerned, he's Satan. He's
Yeah.
literally Satan.
Well, African dictator warlords aren't gonna listen to a woman either.
Yeah.
They're not going to listen to a woman, but they are going
wants
to
to pretend that they will.
They're basically going to fucking use
The UN's
this
basically
woman.
just a figurehead community. It has no actual purpose. It doesn't serve any function to anyone.
No, but to the average fucking shithead.
Yeah, they
who's on
might see the
news.
UN and be like, "Oh, this is supposed to be important."
Yeah, the UN's important. Oh, she got invited. She must be important
Yeah,
too.
this must be an important cause. None of it's important. The UN has never been involved in anything important or worthwhile, ever. Not ever. They've been against the overthrow of dictators. They've been against the removal of dictators. They've been against the stopping of genocides. They'll be like, there's genocide going on. The entire purpose of the UN is to stop or prevent genocide, and then everyone just stands around, except for the United States. It's the only fucking country that does anything about it ever.
Or Israel, but I mean, it's the United States and Israel. It takes all the blame for everything that happens.
Yeah, because the UN and the United States are the only people who do anything
All I
about
can say
it.
is kill the UN.
Yes. I can
Which-
say it's one of those black UN helicopters painted
I could be horrendously misinterpreting the situation, but isn't Israel being dismantled by an invading people
yeah,
slowly from the
They're
inside?
trying to. That was the whole purpose of like Black September and the fucking Palestinian terrorists. Most of them aren't really even Palestinian. Of course, there is no Palestine. They're Syrians who are like, okay, we're Islam, we're Muslims, and it says in the Quran that all Jews need to be exterminated. And really, it says all non-Muslims need to either be exterminated, murdered. It's fucking is like pro-murder, like kill fucking Jews, but also kill non-Muslims or subjugate them, but also especially atheists. If they're atheists, you got to kill them because they
Also-
see atheists as being worse than just not even having the wrong religion.
Also, why does anybody care about Israel? Who is really who, what, why?
Yeah, it's just
literally
it's because
who.
they're Jews.
Because
Who
yeah,
cares?
it's the ancient blood libel. They're fucking.
Even the
mixing
Jews care too
Palestinian
much
children.
about that, though, which is really stupid of the Jews. But still, it's like, I don't care if the Jews want to just sit in this shitty desert, and they're making an actual country out of it, though.
I mean,
Yeah, they actually
depriving.
fucking made shit grow. They actually have like gardens and shit. Meanwhile, the Palestinians are still probably eating dirt cookies
They're
and
eating-
shit like that.
They're eating rocks. They're licking
I mean-
rocks for sustenance.
Don't get me wrong, depriving radical Islam of something just makes my dick rock hard. But who gives a fuck about Israel? This tiny country in the middle of the fucking desert. Why
Yeah,
do
it should be
people talk
just
about
a who
this?
gives a fuck place.
Who gives a shit?
And the only reason is because the Islam gives a shit, because they have a religious edict in the Quran to wipe out all Jews. And there's actually, I'm sure I fucking have mentioned this to you a bunch of times, but there's a part of the Quran that says, like, when the Messiah, prophet, whoever the fuck, returns to Earth, the trees and rocks will call out to Muslims and say, there is a Jew hiding behind me, kill them.
What?
That's in the Quran. It's like, it's so stupid, it's like something from Metal Gear Solid or Jack.
They just fucking start. What?
I can find that in the Quran. In fact, if I Google that.
It might
That's-
not
that
be
is-
the
that is
Quran. It
very-
might be the Hadiths.
No, it was in the actual Quran. I looked it up, and it's.
That is very Kojima.
I used to have the fucking book and
It's
the
very
verse and quote.
Just a bit.
Kojima.
God, there's shit equally as stupid in the Christian Bible, but that's just there's such a little
Yes.
people.
That's literally-
That's-
Yeah,
City
well,
people.
Christianity at least managed to find a way to get beyond that.
I was just thinking before we started the podcast. I was wondering if, like, at least me personally, if I have anything like just as a basis of comparison, do I have anything comparable to the compulsion to cut a woman's clitoris off? Do I have anything like that in my day-to-day life? No, I don't have anything like that. So these people are
Holy
not
shit.
human beings.
Okay, I think this isn't the Hadiths, but the Hadith the Hadith is pretty much the same as the Quran. It's like the sequel to the Quran that was made a few years later or some shit. I don't fucking know, but Let's see. Allah's messenger saying the last hour will not come until the Muslims fight against the Jews. The Muslims kill them to the extent the Jews will hide behind a rock or tree, and the rock or tree will say, "O Muslim, the servant of Allah, there's a Jew behind me, come and kill him." But the Garquad tree, boxthorn tree, will not say that because it is a tree of the Jews.
And
So
of course
even
this
the
led
Jewish trees are not going to call to the true Muslims. I didn't even know that fucking silly ass part.
The Jewish trees suck so much.
Yeah, did that lead to them like making this species of tree extinct
Probably yes.
in the area?
Or they tried to, I'm sure.
It's very.
I'm sure it's like, oh, if you cut down a boxthorn tree, the Muslims are going to be like, hey, good job.
What a sane people! What a
Yes.
healthy religion!
And
it is.
and this is the basis for their. It's not an interpretation. It's their actual fucking religion.
I mean,
This is what Muslims actually believe.
you're right. Hey,
Kind of
that's
like
a little-
Scientology,
that's a
where we're
little
like
fucking
looking at
Metal
all
Gear.
this Scientology
Yes.
craziness.
It's like silly ass Metal Gear.
It's adorable. What I was gonna say, what do you do with people who actually underwear on head, pants shitting bullshit? They actually believe it. What do you do with someone like that? I mean,
Well,
practically, not some silly like, oh, kill them, shoot them in the face. What do you do with these fucking people?
You have to basically wipe out their religion entirely.
There's
Yeah,
no
they need-
place for
yeah,
these
that's
fucking
actually,
people.
That really
in the
is
21st
the
century.
situation. That is the solution. They need a reformation like Christianity had, because Christianity
a
went through
reformation
all
would
of
work.
this shit already.
But by reformation, what you really mean is basically the main proponents and followers of the religion need to start ignoring the majority of the teachings of their religion.
That reminds me of that video of John Circle inviting the one woman who'd had her
John
fucking
Circle.
pussy cut off
Yeah,
by
that
these
fucking
people.
awful.
She wrote a book calling for Muslims need a change to come about.
Yeah,
like
Ayan
Christianity had.
Hirsi Ali wrote a book saying that
Yeah.
Islam needs to have its reformation.
Instead of
that's her
talking about
solution.
that, he was arguing semantics with her, like the wording of her title. He wasn't talking about the actual that happening. He was talking about how she worded her fucking title.
Yeah, and the commenters actually mentioned like fucking Jon Stewart has had like people white knighting for Islamic terrorists and shit, and he never questions them. He'll be like, "Oh, that's interesting," and let them have their say. But when it comes to someone like Ayan Hirsi Ali, who's really the nicest, sweetest fucking Somalian lady you will ever fucking meet.
Probably the bravest woman on
Yes.
earth to speak out about that shit.
She faces death threats on a daily basis. The government like has to finance 24/7 bodyguards to protect her from being murdered. Her friend was murdered on the streets in fucking Denmark, just out of nowhere.
This simple shit was sitting across from her, a woman who had been held down and had fucking
He's not a
shears
simple
taken
shit.
to her pussy.
He's the fucking speaker of an entire generation.
Like, he's
Yes.
got the nerve to sit across from her and fucking...
Yeah, he's going to moralize
Say
to
nothing.
her. That's the thing. He is really a contemptible fucking cunt. He is a pile of shit. He is a piece of fucking shit. Jon Stewart is a fucking shit fuck.
You know, what? I don't remember when she came, what year it was that she came on. I suppose it doesn't matter. But if it was early 2000s or later to, like...
You mean
closer
Ayan
now.
Hirsi Ali?
Yeah, that interview.
I think it was only a few years ago, like 2011.
So the problem of Islam was in full force.
Yeah,
It
it was
wasn't just
quite
like-
obvious.
Like, kill them terrorists after 9/11 kind of thing. Them silly people. Them little.
People. They were not
But no.
putting us in the sun.
He's got the nerve. She's talking about a legit problem. Like
She had
it's-
her labia and clit
and-
sliced off by her family.
What awful thing was she saying? She was just saying Islam needs a reformation so that it becomes less violent. That's all she was saying. So that fucking no one else could be held down and have their clitoris chopped off.
on top of that, really, what people like John Circle would prefer is that more terrorism occurred in America.
Yeah,
He believes that America deserves more terrorism.
The belief of the left today is, as far as being in the Western civilization is, kill us, we deserve it.
He also
we deserve
seemed to take
it because we angered some people.
Allah. Yeah.
We
Like, he
don't
also
spend
seemed
enough
to,
on homelessness and entitlements.
He also seemed to take umbrage with the idea that Islam as a culture needed to change.
Yeah.
It's like, really? You don't think that they need to change as a
Nothing wrong
culture?
with that.
He doesn't
As
think liberals basically think that all foreign cultures should never be touched. They should never be altered. They're all perfect the way they are. But America needs to fucking change everything. We need to change the way we think about gays and minorities and blah blah blah.
How about fucking all culture is bad? All of it. Anything that doesn't involve...
Except for American culture. American culture is at least superior.
I have to agree with Bill Maher on this. American culture is superior to all cultures.
Because we don't have a fucking culture.
Yeah.
We go to work and we come home. That's our culture. That's it.
The idea of American culture, like, I guess you could say the American dream, American human, that kind of goofy ass shit. But essentially, the idea is that the government will step out of the way and not be in the fucking way of your fucking life. And that's why everyone flocks to America, because it's still essentially true.
For the time being.
Yeah, for now, and people are trying to change that. Fucking, that's why Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian went to the UN, because what they want is for the government to step in and decide how you can live your life.
Well, not their lives, but men's
Yeah, not their lives.
Yeah, other people's lives.
But it will negatively affect their lives too, and they're probably not aware of it, but it's basically the negative effects of feminism backfiring on itself.
It'd be a Patton Oswalt situation where they're all for government stepping in and taking over now, but then when it happens, they're like, "Oh shit, we made a mistake. Oh no."
Patton Oswalt would be in favor of that government intrusion until it happens, and then he would be like, "Oh wait, I'm against this now."
Didn't I hear that he was arguing with Adam Baldwin on Twitter or something like that?
Yeah, I think there was there was a video that was linked. Someone linked a video to Patton Oswalt saying like, "Hey, have you ever heard of the placebo effect?" And so Adam Baldwin got involved. Here's the video right here. Emergency BS and Patton Oswalt's placebo. Let's see. Emergency pays me for buying their bullshit, and Patton Oswalt doesn't understand the concept placebo effect. This got tweeted to Patton Oswalt, and fucking Adam Baldwin tried to help to hype it, and I think that's what got the attention of Patton Oswalt, who I don't know what Patton Oswalt's fucking replies are. I think he may have blocked me because I called him a cuck. But I may have made a joke or two.
I sure hope you called him a cuck.
Yeah, I said, that fucking somebody's fucking his wife in front of him. And
and I was about to say he is not allowed to have opinions on anything because he lets his wife fucking step on his ball sack with high heels. That's Patton Oswalt.
That is pretty much cuck.
And he killed the president.
He killed
the motherfucker killed the president of the United States.
Oh my god.
Did that?
What now? What is this? Who did he kill?
He killed fucking Kennedy.
Oh, that's right, Patton Oswalt.
I can't get over your adorable, goofy little Metal Gear that you're riding around in.
Metal Gear friend.
Yeah, the Walker Gear.
Walker Gear. This is adorable.
It's also known as Buddy.
That's the thing, is they really push the fucking roller skating robots.
Yeah, it was retarded and worthless in Metal Gear Solid 4, but in this, it's like, hey, you can get around. It's like a car.
It carries a minigun and it carries a fucking rocket launcher.
What's the
you could ride in it?
What's the big Metal Gear final boss in this one?
This is it right here.
Oh, you're gonna do it now?
Are you playing the final boss?
No. It shows up a few times during the game, so you get to see it.
Oh, it's just hanging around. Hanging around.
What's it called?
Sahelanthropus.
What?
Yeah, it's just, I don't fucking know what the fuck it's supposed to mean either.
It's supposed to mean that it walks upright.
What?
Yeah, it's basically like a giant Eva mech, instead of it being like the Metal Gears where it's like a bike.
Yeah, it's actually a lot more intimidating than any
shit,
of
look
the
at that.
others.
Yeah, so it was
Oh,
it was
shit.
quite the downgrade from the Metal Gears that came later, which is
I
kinda
laughed,
stupid.
but holy shit, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's a big
especially
monster.
when you're fighting it. Especially
Yeah,
when you're
the actual
fighting
fight. But the cool thing is though that you can call in like airstrikes and like helicopter gunship support as you're riding around on your little roller skating robot pal.
it. Yeah, I'm not gonna actually be able to fight him here. In this mission, I think this is the first mission where he shows up.
Who's the melted face guy?
Skullface.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest name.
Yeah, they didn't get too creative with the name there.
But yeah, Skullface.
So every Metal Gear that comes after this one is less effective than this fucking.
It's a shittier version.
What the fuck is wrong? Why did they make this game? Why didn't they set it in the future?
Yeah, why don't they
Why?
just make sequels? Because I guess he's like, oh, if Metal Gear Solid 4... Metal Gear Solid 4 is essentially supposed to be the big ending finisher thing.
Like, seriously, Metal Gear Rex is less effective and intimidating than this
Yes,
thing.
exactly.
It's like they undeveloped it. I forget. There's probably some explanation
That was
for
especially...
that bullshit. I don't know.
That was kind of... It was a cool section of Metal Gear Solid 4, but it's also really stupid because you fight... The Metal Gear... what's the amphibious ones? They're supposed to be
Rex.
fighting...
Or Ray.
Ray.
Yeah, Metal Gear Rays were supposed to be anti-Metal Gear. Fucking Metal Gears. And so you
But they're
fight
taken
one
out
in
much
the
easier
Rex.
than-
Yeah, and you fucking just trounce its shit easily. And it's cool that you get to actually fight. You get to pilot like a Metal Gear Rex, and it's like, oh, it's cool, and you're shooting lasers and missiles and shit at a bunch of people. But then you fight something that's supposed to be a hunter of the Metal Gear you're piloting, and you fucking kick its ass.
You kick its ass with a broken Metal Gear.
Yes, one that's been blown up and sitting around for like 10 fucking years, completely wrecked.
Which, why did nobody come and get that?
Yeah.
That's kind of important.
Well, that's another thing from Metal Gear Solid 2 that's really stupid, is like they were saying like every .com has their own Metal Gear now. It's like, really? Do they? Why do they show that in the game?
Jesus Christ.
That should be in the fucking game. Well, there's something else. Oh yeah, I was going to mention Fortune. That thing is kind of explained as that it's like technology that curves the bullet away from her.
but then it gets taken away from her, but then she does it anyway.
Well, the thing is that I think what they were implying was that the whole GW system was failing because they had installed the virus. So it was all shutting down and the whole thing was fucking up. And so it was out of their control then. And so it sort of just did it by randomness.
So it wasn't magic, she wasn't telekinetic or whatever.
No, it was just the system like failing on itself and accidentally giving her powers when they didn't intend it to.
For Christ's sake.
But then it did
but-
really...
That's coming after you, that's neat.
Then,
That's creepy how-
yeah, this shit especially, it's fucking really intimidating and really intense.
Yeah,
as
that's
opposed to
The Metal Gear
as
Rays
opposed to
were not.
MGS2 where you fight 24 of the fuckers.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
foot.
and they fall after, like, what, 2 Stinger missiles?
Yes, to the mouth. They're
the
completely
face.
paralyzed when you hit them in the knee, and then you just fire another one into their mouth, and it's like, oh, this is easy. I fought 20 of them in a row on the hardest difficulty. It was like, eh.
Why isn't it blowing you out of the sky right now?
It's about to. But hold on, yeah.
Blow
actually,
you out to the
basically-
stars.
I should blow you this time.
I'd give real money if he'd shut up.
General Chang is so much fucking fun.
He's great. He's a great villain. Very, very much like they were like, oh, we got Top Con.
You can't. Just do something else.
Yeah.
Which
But
they
they-
It's
did.
fun. They
Which
did,
they
yeah.
did.
General
Yeah,
Chang's
they did.
great.
They
As opposed
basically
to
had.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Which,
Yes, I love that.
know-
Wasn't that the Star Wars Holiday Special where they just keep talking about anything but Star Wars and holiday specials?
Yes.
And they
Yes.
start talking about fucking Spock. They show like the clip of Spock punching Khan over and over again,
They're
and
just
they loop it
repeating
for
it.
like 30 seconds straight.
You know, I had a theory about movie Con, about fucking Into Darkness Con.
It wasn't really Khan.
Yeah, I don't think that was actually Khan. I think it was one of his little minions that
I
just
think
said
it's
it was
just
Khan.
the shitty reboots.
Feels better to just pretend like it's not really Khan.
Yeah. Because I
And
mean, it's such a
should have never
shocking
been Khan.
thing that Khan.
It should have. They even say in like the fucking trailer, he's one of our top agents. Like, okay, so he's like some kind of, maybe he's a genetically engineered Starfleet officer. That would have been really interesting.
That would have been better than Khan.
Yes.
I mean, if he was, I think he was just saying he was Khan to protect the real Khan from Admiral RoboCop.
Whatever it is, they've cured death.
Ah,
They've cured death.
Yeah, the magic blood,
did.
which is now in every single fucking franchise ever.
Every fucking movie.
Every fucking franchise forever now has magic blood.
I remember that guy we knew sort of cashed out of Battlestar Galactica when they introduced the magic blood that cured Rosalind's cancer.
But it did cure her cancer.
yeah,
she still died.
She died anyway.
Yeah, it just went into remission. Although it was still technically magic blood, but it was like, you know, fucking.
It's not magic blood that literally brings somebody back from death. Because Kirk came back from being dead.
Yeah, that's far more magic blood.
Like,
it's ridiculous.
Kirk had every
And a
organ in
tribble.
his body like destroyed from radiation
And a
somehow.
tribble. Also,
Triples
a tribble.
have human blood.
Right. Oh no! See, he made a serum. It wasn't just shoot the blood in
Yeah.
there. He made a.
I mean, I could buy
did he-
that, but
did
then
he
it's
make
still
a serum?
dumb.
I don't remember that.
It's
What the fuck
completely
is that?
fucked up the entire universe. It's ridiculous.
I still, the Enterprise is neat looking. I'll go just so I can see the Enterprise get blown up. I'm gonna watch that because it's pretty.
Yeah,
It's neat.
And the USS Vengeance, which really, the Starfleet probably could have saved themselves a lot of trouble if they actually had a dedicated warship like that. Oh wait,
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah, that it's not an impractical kind of thing. There's some dangerous stuff out there.
They actually did have a warship at one point when they fucking needed it. Oh yeah. It's called the fucking
Defiant.
The USS Ben Sisko's motherfucking pimp hand.
yes. When they brought in the Defiant, they were like, it nearly tore itself apart in combat trials. Like, wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
It's so fucking tiny though. This
It's
stinky
tiny,
little
but
thing.
it looks so fucking badass. It's like a fucking F-22 Raptor. It just looks sweet. It looks like it's meant to get in, blow shit up, and fly out. It looks like a real
Fucking
speed
just
demon.
kicks real ass. There was never more action in the entire fucking franchise until that point.
There's more action than in the movies, than in fucking TNG or fucking Star Trek, all that shit. All of a sudden, you got this fucking cool ass little ship is blowing people apart. It's fucking glorshing them into salsa.
Blowing up enemy
fucking-
warships.
rapid fire phaser blaster ridiculous fucking. Why don't they put those on all the other ships?
Yes,
for Christ's
that's
sake?
exactly what I was like, why don't they make a lot of these?
Yeah.
Well,
Holy
I think
shit.
it was just because it was supposed to be a prototype. So, like, they saw themselves
But
as,
also
like,
because the pussy ass Federation doesn't
Yes.
like to fucking.
Well, just
They're anti-war.
those weapons though.
they've evolved beyond violence.
Oh Christ.
Yeah, exactly. fucking
You don't agree?
They saw it as like, here's this backwater fucking middle of nowhere. We'll throw them a goofy ass little prototype and be like, best of luck to ya. And then they turned
And
it
it
into
saves
a
the
fucking,
Federation, saves
Yes.
all of the Federation, all of Starfleet.
yes.
And then even the station itself, towards the end, is almost untouchable if you try to attack it. With all this fucking.
During the Klingon War, they were really fucking it up. Like, there's all this shit blasting, but it was awesome to see like 20 fucking photon torpedo rotating launches right now. It was like, oh, I mean, it made so much sense. It's like that's exactly what they should do.
And like, just when you think about it, it's a stationary target. It's taking like 100,000 hits per second
Yes.
from every ship around it, and it's not even taking a scratch. It's
I mean,
nice.
it should have the strongest shields possible too.
It makes me very happy.
Yes,
Deep Space Nines, the Cisco's and the Deep Space Nines, and
but it was like not only that, but the scene where like the fucking who was it? It was the Federation going up against like the Jemadar and the Cardassians, I think, where like you could see like the saucer just getting giant holes black
Yeah.
in them, flying around. It's
Like I
holy
read
shit.
somewhere they had to dial back how many hits the ship could take just for dramatic purposes.
Yeah.
Because like the shields were almost useless at that point in the battle scenes, except unless you're the Defiant, of course.
Yes, the Defiant has the sort of magic shields in a way. Plotch.
But I mean, you have like
plot armor.
fucking Galaxy class ship taking 3 hits and blowing up, and that's not. But it
It's
was
sort
neat
of more
though.
naval that way, because in real life, especially with submarines, which is sort of the analogy, submarines
I mean-
and other naval vessels are the real analogy when it comes to fucking Starfleet vessels. And yeah, they don't just take 20 million shots like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, our best, most advanced fucking submarine can only take 1 torpedo, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it made sense when they first met the Jem'Hadar that they had weapons that could penetrate shields, and they were kamikaze hitting the fucking
Yeah.
Galaxy class ship. Then it made sense. Like, oh shit, there's a problem. But then when they figure out the shields, it shouldn't be that big a problem. I mean, holy shit.
There was that, the Breen weapon, which that wasn't really explained. Like, who the fuck are the
Oh no, no,
Breen?
no, no. At first, when they first met the Jem'Hadar, their weapons went through the shields.
Shit. Well, there.
Yeah, the
there's
first
a
episode,
weapon.
the search, or not the search, but
Yeah, it-
There was
the
the
yeah, it
search.
Jemadar.
It was the
Oh,
one
yeah, that's
where Jake, Nog, and Quark and Cisco went
And
on
pals.
a picnic. They went on a picnic and then met the fucking most dangerous enemy the Federation
Just
ever
happened to
faced.
stumble across.
That's-
And,
and that
then
is
the
something-
Dominion War gets
That is
one
something
mention in Nemesis.
Voyager could never fucking handle.
They went on a fucking
Voyager
picnic.
Voyager couldn't even fucking handle the fucking whatever, the fucking coral reef-headed guys.
Oh,
They're
the fucking
worst
Kazon.
fucking.
The
They're
bird-
the worst
the bird
villains
people.
in history.
Yeah, they're the shittiest
And
villains
Voyager's like, okay, let's just let them shoot us over and over until something
They
breaks.
didn't even have warp drive,
Then
as far
we'll
as I
fire
know.
them. Yeah, no, a lot of their ships did not even have warp drive, and they're kicking Voyager's ass because Voyager's so incompetent.
Fucking to Janeway's eternal shame, fucking she had her ship taken over and got kicked off her own
By
ship
bird people who
by
don't
the
even have warp
fucking
drive.
by the fucking Kazon.
Kazon, who are fucking so stupid. They're almost like the Paklins.
They didn't even have prisons.
Holy shit.
They didn't even have jail cells. They just had a line in a room that you're not supposed to cross.
Oh, shit.
I love those fucking. That's really fucking SF Debris. He really fucking summed all that shit up.
When are
He
his
just-
fucking videos gonna be back up? I want to watch all
I
this
think
shit.
he's still working. I think October 1st, he said he's going to get a new channel somewhere.
Yeah, I have faith. I have faith in SF Debris.
Do you have faith of the heart? No,
No.
one's gonna bend
No.
or break you.
It's
You
the worst
can
theme song.
reach.
I mean,
Oh,
the
God.
DS9 theme song I thought was kind of bland, but until the Voyager one.
But
But
of course, that's when they fucking kicked off all their composers.
yeah, they just had a guy whose direction was like, make your music like wallpaper, just have it in the background.
Fuck
But that
you.
was after like seasons 1 and 2, the worst seasons, which also had like the best music. Like the ultimate pinnacle of fucking dramatic TV was Best of Both Worlds with that
Oh,
Borg
God,
theme.
yeah.
The fucking Borg theme, which just sells the Borg, just with the music, just the music and a singular special effect of a fucking cube.
It's just
It's
like
just so brilliant.
you hear about how they were trying to push the Ferengi as the next fucking big
Ugh.
bad, but then they turn around and make this terrifying, scary, crazy villain out of like
Just
wow.
on accident, wasn't it?
When after Gene died, they had to
Yeah.
wait till he fucking
Good
died.
thing that guy's dead. That guy's dead. Yeah, thank fuck he's dead, because now we don't have to fucking
Yeah, now we
don't
can
have
have
this
a real TV
albatross fucking
show. The great albatross of the galaxy.
yes.
That's
Although
what
they
they should
say
have been called. Not
An
the great bird
albatross
of the
is supposed to
galaxy.
be a good omen, isn't it? And the problem was that they killed the albatross. Or they hung it around his neck because he killed the albatross. I'm like, you jerk.
They
So
hung
an
around
albatross
his
is
neck
supposed to be
because-
good, isn't it?
hanging around his neck because he invented the Ferengi.
Yes, exactly. That is more accurate.
Which someone went and took the Ferengi and made great characters out of. We get Quark, we get Rom.
They treated them
Yeah,
like actual people.
Long after. It was
Yes.
too late. After Gene Roddenberry wanted to stress that they all have huge dicks. All the fucking Ferengi have gigantic cocks.
And
Like all the fucking cultural reforms that happen in Deep Space Nine are like trying to clean up after Gene's fucking mess he made of these people.
I'm sure he wanted the Klingons to be just a bunch of barbarians.
There's also that
savages.
thing, that episode, it's like a season 3 episode where a kid's mom dies, and apparently, because according to Gene Roddenberry, we all know how to deal with death and emotions, and we have no fucking problems. So
Oh, that's
kid's
right. He
just
was
supposed
pitching a
to-
fit.
Yeah, and the kid's just supposed to accept that his mom is dead. Gene Roddenberry could not accept that anyone would be sad over a parent's death.
I mean, how many times do you have to tell someone we cannot make a dramatic television show with no conflict? How many fucking times do you have to tell him that before he says, "Oh, okay"?
But
I
he's the great
suppose.
bird of the
But
galaxy.
then also at the same time, he okayed an episode where fucking Riker is literally like on the verge of tears because his girlfriend's gonna get married to somebody else. And so fucking again, after this,
Where's the man?
has
There's
we're
this
no man
beyond
great
there.
fucking line about how your fucking mom's dead. Suck it up, you pussy. I'll never be able to tap that ass again. Oh my god, the humanity!
It's like, fucking, where's the man? There's no man there. She should be in a chokehold.
Oh my god.
That was from Louis C.K. and Nick DiPaolo's review of American Beauty.
Holy shit.
Oh
I
yeah,
should
it
find
was the fucking Lester. Oh, what a clever name. But yeah, they're talking about how this is the fucking fantasy of. Yeah, that's what a guy. thinks of is
Louis C.K.
rose
was like,
petals.
in this gay movie, this bunch of come through a projector. When you fantasize about a girl you want to fuck, fucking rose petals are falling all over you. And he's just talking about how it's the dumbest, gayest movie.
And
And
then
that,
they fucking cover her junk instead of revealing it. in
yes,
your own
and he's
fantasy.
like, and he says, "Where's the fucking man? There's no man there." And Nick DiPaolo says, "She should be in a chokehold." And then they're all, and it just starts this huge string of like, she has to put a Miller Lite to her eye to put down the swelling, and you throw her in a cab and she's crying, and you skip her calls from a month later when she misses her period.
Oh my god.
It's like, and they're basically that they're lining out. It's like that's how you would treat like a fucking girl you would want to fuck instead of this rose petals shit.
You'd have to.
But the saddest thing is that all the comments on that video clip are like, I understand what Louis C.K. is talking about. He's just making jokes. The American Beauty is actually a very good movie. And it's like, no, you don't understand anything. What they're saying is that there's no masculinity stripped out of the movie because there's no masculinity allowed in Hollywood and in modern fucking society. Masculinity is seen as the great evil of the planet.
But most
when it's
especially,
not.
this is also what women kind of demand from men. Is they
But,
demand
yeah, they demand no
chav scum.
Yes, they demand that they're like masculinity's evil, but then they fucking
Masculinity
they drool
is
for
evil
masculinity.
but sexy.
Yes, exactly. It's evil, but they want it. They want that evil to be forced on them, which is part of the mental disease of feminism, where they think that masculinity is the greatest evil of the entire human race, but they want to be raped by masculinity, and they're
Look at
fucking
the most
thirsting for
masculine-
daddy's comings.
If you look at the most masculine man in that movie, he's got Nazi memorabilia, he's abusive, he beats his wife,
He's
he
great.
beats his kid.
But he's gay too, though.
But he's also
That's
gay.
what they pointed out, is that like none of us. Kevin Spacey's not gay. The one hetero guy, the ex-marine, he's the gay one. Which, of course, that's Hollywood trying to imply that, hey, the one guy who's allowed to be masculine, the only person who is ever masculine is some kind of gay murderer who hates gays
Yeah,
and
let's
wants to
see-
make out with Kevin
let's see
Spacey.
who fucking wrote American Beauty. I'd like to ask them
Was it
why
Paul
they
Hackett
hated
or
their
some shit?
dad. Why'd you hate your dad?
It was an ex-Scientologist.
Oh my god! Well, there we go.
Actually.
Well, that's the thing is, even if you fucking oh shit, where'd
Alan
he go?
Ball? Alan Ball, why do you hate your dad?
Alan bullshit.
Daddy would let me go to a
Oh, that's
party.
right. Sam Mendes directed it, and he did one of those anti-fucking Iraq war movies too, of course.
Oh look. Episode
He also
2,
directed
part
Skyfall, though.
6 Feet Under, of course.
Oh, he's directing Spectre, and he directed Skyfall. He directed Jarhead, though. That movie sucked.
Suck dick.
What's that movie about?
It's about fucking, it's
The
about...
Gulf War.
Yeah, the Gulf War, the original one. But it's
Oh,
about,
boy.
like, how, it's evil. But without, like, it's
About
supposed to
how
be,
it was
like,
all supposed to be so pointless, just like Vietnam.
yes. They're essentially trying to compare all of the Iraq wars to Vietnam when they're not even remotely similar.
Didn't we destroy the Iraqi forces with such speed and efficiency
Yes.
that it was basically a joke?
It was almost considered a war crime, how much fucking...
That's right.
They actually did
Highway
try
of
to...
deaths.
People tried to, and I think are still to this day, trying to prosecute America for a war crime for the Highway of Death.
The Highway of Death.
Yeah, which they show in the movie, and it's supposed to be like... It's not really effective. I was going to say it's the only effective part of the movie, but it's really not. It's really just kind of bland and shit. And the movie
Yeah, but
wasn't
they
that-
all fucking loved the movie about Captain America Sniper Man, didn't they?
Yes. Well, no, not really. No, in fact, American Sniper was blocked on many college campuses for being triggering.
See,
Yeah,
don't
Another-
make me
it's
don't make me
another
want to
great
watch it.
reason. It's another
Oh.
great reason to watch it.
Did you
Oh.
watch it, by the way?
I read half the book and I had to put it down. I couldn't take it.
Well, yeah, the book sounds pretty cheesy. I would.
Well, yeah, I'm not. He may be a good sniper. That doesn't mean he's a good writer.
No,
Well,
he
I
might
don't
be a
think
good sniper, but
he
he's
really
a
quite
dumb motherfucker. He's a stupid fucking hick.
Basically, yeah, that's essentially your point.
This
It's
here
he's a
be
southern-
my wife Taya and our trailer park and our 6 kids, and I'm going to war for my country. Do you see that rhythm? That rhythm I just did? That's the whole fucking book. Every sentence in that book is that rhythm. Bra, 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 bra. That's the whole fucking book.
The movie, I think, it really departs from the book. The movie is like, sort of like Clint Eastwood's version of how he wants to portray the
Oh no,
Iraq
did
War.
Clint Eastwood direct that movie?
It's a good movie.
Oh, I can't watch this fucking movie. Don't do this to me.
It's really a different movie than the book. I'm absolutely sure. It's fucking. It's
But it's most
like Three
especially
Kings
is it's
without the
probably
sardonic.
one of the most pro-Iraq War movies I've ever seen. Ever.
Well, you know what?
I'm
The
not
Hurt
really
Locker.
pro the Iraq War, though. I'm indifferent to the Iraq War. Like, you're dumb enough to sign up, then you're a stupid motherfucker. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
care.
that. But it's also about the reality of their shitty culture, the whole shitty Iraq or Islamic culture.
It's a very shitty culture.
Yes.
Like there was
Not very
like
good.
the first the little story. The most interesting part in the book was the story about where he first killed somebody.
Yeah, he had to
which
shoot
was-
a Wombian.
He had to
a
shoot a
fucking
woman
grenade.
with a bomb, and that was pretty interesting. I mean,
Yeah,
That's
like
always
it's
good.
a really good scene in the movie. It's an excellent scene in the movie. There's another scene later where
shit.
like a fucking like a 9-year-old boy is like with his dad.
oh, it's after you.
Fucking shit, man.
Where did that
This-
come from?
He was following me the whole time. The only thing is,
Yeah, that's
I'm doing this just so that this fucking dipshit doesn't take damage. I have no idea how I'm supposed to do this at all.
yeah, that's unsettling. That thing chasing you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit, he's right there.
That's damage. That's damage. That's a reset. Again, I have no fucking... I go and check it out on the fucking internet. If I could. If I wasn't streaming.
You'll have to do that later, I guess.
Yes, but these podcasts are here.
Yes,
Fuck.
that's true.
Very important.
Podcasts are important. Yeah, American Sniper, pretty good movie. And oh yeah, there's the scene later where some fucking. Well, I didn't mention the part where there's some like terrorist leader has like a child, some guy's child, and he's like, I'm gonna torture this kid if you don't fucking do something. And
You're
the
gonna
guy's like,
torture
oh
the kid
no.
anyway. For Christ's sake.
And he takes a power drill and just runs it through the kid's chest.
Whoa.
And then kills the dad afterwards.
I think he runs it through the kid's head too.
Oh yeah, he runs it through the kid's head.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
Like
but it's not like graphically shown, but it's like you know that's happening. They kind of see it. It's like holy fuck, and it's like
just
that's
completely, utterly sunless.
that's yeah,
People.
without sun, and they are certainly Muslim. Oh boy, they are
But somehow
so
it's
Muslim.
our fault that they're like that. It's somehow our fault.
Yeah, that's the core tenet of leftist belief is that it's America's fault that these Muslims are. They see technology like, oh, here's power drill. What can you do with a power drill? Well, you can screw things into walls. You can build structures. You can create homes. Oh, really? Well, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run it through this child. That's what Muslims see power drills as being for.
I'm gonna ram it into this woman's vagina.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, airplanes. What you can do? Well, you can cross the oceans. You can travel the planet soaring amazingly through the air. Oh, yeah? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fucking load it up with fuel and fly it into a skyscraper and kill as many people as we possibly can. And they don't even know that the skyscraper would collapse. They're just like, oh, let's fly it to the building. That'll be fun.
You know what I do enjoy is seeing the videos of like Middle Easterners trying to
How
figure
about
out
that one
weaponry
where
and fucking it up.
Yeah, how
horribly
about that
and
one
blowing
where they're
themselves
trying to work a mortar, and then the guy's
Yeah.
just loading mortar shell after mortar shell until
Doesn't
he
it just,
blows
like-
himself up.
It was like overheating or something. And they're the entire time, what are they saying? Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, that one.
God
And
is
then
great, God is great, God is great. And then boom. Oops.
There
Was
was another
God that
one where
great?
they're trying to work an RPG, and I think the backblast ends up killing a terrorist behind them.
Yeah, and the fucking there's like that one picture set right after 9/11 of them burning an American flag, and then they catch themselves on fire, and they're like, oh shit, we're on fire. The American flag burned them back.
Oh my god.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh
but
shit!
yeah,
Oh shit! Oh,
No, I
fuck.
do get some enjoyment out of that. I mean, I'm sure
it's quite nice.
fucking any military group in training will fuck up like that, but
Except for the
it's
Americans.
funnier.
Except
Oh
for
no,
the
we're
Americans.
perfect. We never fuck up like that
Yes.
ever.
America's the
Even
best.
even when we fuck up, there's grace in our failings.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think
We'll
that
be
when
joining
you're,
ourselves in the sun. We'll stumble. We barely stumble behind because
I'm
we're pretty
fairly
much already in
certain
the sun.
that they
We're not-
wouldn't have
we're-
you
we aren't the
fucking-
ones stumbling behind because we are Superman.
Yes.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
sure.
not anymore. Thanks to who's president. Thanks
Yeah.
to the person in charge.
Who's that guy who's president? Whoever he is, we're not Superman. He's trying to basically fucking General Zod his way.
He's kryptonite. He is the kryptonite.
The latest South Park.
I didn't see
did
it
a,
yet.
Yeah,
did a
still haven't
Donald
seen
Trump
it.
thing. You want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah.
Well, it was Donald Trump. I believe that was Donald Trump became the president of Canada and put up a wall to keep Americans out of Canada. And like
Oh no.
the Canadians were all fleeing fucking Canada to come to the United States to get away from him.
'Cause
Get
America's
it?
better. America's
Get it? Well, no, because like if Donald Trump becomes, they were talking like Donald. We were all joking and laughing when Donald Trump was running, but then he became president, and then no one was laughing anymore, and it was too
Basically
late.
making fun of Republicans.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which they'll do, and I
Yeah,
understand.
they
them
will make
slamming.
fun of anybody who's fucking idiot, but I'm
Who's
still-
going around being fucking goofy and stupid.
I'm
But at the
still-
same time,
would
I
still
probably
vote for Trump.
yeah, I would vote for Trump.
Easily
over
would
fucking
rather. Well, it's
Hillary.
kind of like I'd rather have my entire set of toes smashed with a hammer than have a liberal president next.
I really don't think we're gonna have a liberal president. I really
Well,
don't
we
think
we
so.
have one now, of course. He's liberal as fuck. He's
No. I
completely
mean,
got the progressive stack, all that bullshit, all the Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian at the UN shit. That's basically who we already have as president.
It's
Is somebody
amazing that
who
they're
will listen to
actually
those
they're
cunts.
still fucking trying to run like liberal candidate. The fucking Democratic Party is just doubling down. They're doubling down on stupid.
Yeah, on failure.
Just constantly doubling down on liberalism until it completely backfires, and
Which it
then
has.
and
It's been
then they just
backfiring
wait for
constantly.
the mainstream media narrative to take over and run the Republicans out of office again.
Yeah, because the mainstream media is on the side of the liberal bullshit and all the fucking the delusions and the fake causes.
like, if you don't vote liberal, then you watch Fox News and you're a hillbilly. That's
Yeah,
That's the end
exactly.
of it.
That's
Hey,
how they
here's
see it.
you know what might be kind of funny to do for our stream. We're just doing a stream. We only have 2 viewers now. I guess we chased off some of them. But
Our stream is
I
better
could
to watch,
replay
like-
a quiet exit, which is probably the biggest spoiler in the entire game. Game's only been out for a month, and I'm about to spoil it in the fucking entire, in the entire thing. Just blow everyone out of the motherfucking water with this shit.
Is it the final boss?
No, it's the quiet
It's
exit.
the biggest spoiler, though.
Oh shit!
It's the one where Quiet talks.
Oh my god! Is it the Phantom Pain? Do we find out who the Phantom Menace is?
The Phantom Menace is an actual ghost of Big Boss who still exists.
Wow!
That's
but
maybe
you're Big
actually
Boss.
the biggest spoiler.
But you're fucking.
Actually,
you
yeah,
serious?
If you see the character I'm playing right now, this is the main character in the entire game.
Yeah, that's Big
Just
Boss.
without the plastic surgery. Because at the beginning of the game, you get plastic surgery to change your appearance,
Which is
which
stupid.
they
I don't
tell
understand the point of that.
tell you they're doing. And
Oh,
then
is
they're
that
like,
why he
why
talks like
why are you
Jack
doing
Bauer
that?
now?
No,
Yes.
that's just his voice, I think.
So wait,
Yeah, it's
wait
just
a minute.
just his
Were
voice.
you kidding about the ghost of Big Boss, who's actually Big Boss, who's standing right here?
here? You actually fucking. I don't know if I could play the cutscene again, but basically it's like the medic on the chopper when fucking Paz has her fucking a fucking baby vent blown out with a bomb. It
Oh
turns
my-
out that it was the medic on the helicopter with Big Boss.
That's who becomes the ghost of Big Boss, is the medic on the helicopter?
Yeah, you didn't know that? I thought you
But yeah,
watched the cutscene.
No, I watched it, and it was like, hey, I'm fucking Big Boss, and he disappears and teleports around and shit still, or some shit.
That's just some.
I mean,
that's just some
we're
we're not
cutscene
addressing.
magic.
We're not addressing the main problem. Is why do we still have games about Big Boss, who's a villain?
He's dead. Yeah, he's the bad guy, and he's dead. But I guess the idea is supposed to be like, hey, he's not really a bad guy. Although he kind of
He
is.
definitely has the best games now, or well,
Yeah, that's true. I would say.
discounting 3, which is the worst of the whole series. The absolute.
I would
worst
say
of the
3
series.
still had some more fun, cool, interesting stuff than 2.
Well,
I mean, their
I'll give
gameplay-wise
3 a
is
lot of
still
credit
good.
for a bunch of shit. 3 fucking actually was pushing the envelope as far as gameplay was.
Well, it wasn't
considered,
done right.
you know.
It was not done right, and that's
Yeah,
something
no,
FGS fans
sure
are
shit
incapable
wasn't.
of understanding or acknowledging.
Yeah, no, only
Only,
me.
uh,
For some reason, I'm literally
And
the
me.
only human being on the planet who's capable of playing this game, enjoying it for the positives, but still acknowledging.
We're the only
issues.
people who are capable of being objective about.
I don't know why no one else can do this. Either everyone else
because they
absolutely
let their
fucking
fucking
hates the game.
subjectivity and their nostalgia guide.
Well, the thing, from what I've seen, is that this is just almost all gameplay. Unlike 4, which is just 90%
yes.
cutscene.
Yeah, the
Yes,
cutscenes
exactly.
were horrible.
Fucking
Yeah,
4 is a
like
5-hour
2-hour
game. It's
It
a
was-
5-hour
no, it
game
was a
with
2-hour
18
game.
hours of cutscenes.
Yeah,
Well, this
Only
is just
being
nothing
2
but you
hours at
playing the
beginning
game, which
and
that's
2
good.
At the end.
yeah.
This
But
is
yeah,
just
the
all you
cutscenes
play.
are extremely short in this game.
Wow.
Well, for Metal Gear Solid, they're extremely short. Like they're only 10 minutes or something.
Badass Rapture says, "Fuck Metal Gear Solid."
Yes. Yeah,
That is correct.
The series is like they have fun gameplay bogged down in the shittiest, dumbest, and most boring, retarded, fuck dumb, stupid ass faggot retard shit.
Basically, the
story
further
history.
it strays from like traditional American narratives, the worse it becomes. In fact, what was it?
Narratives are superior.
Twin Snakes, the GameCube game,
Yeah.
which is widely considered to be like a raping of the series.
It's
Fucking
awful.
Kojima personally approved of that.
It is.
It's
awful.
basically the more Japanese version. Is this the part where Quiet gets raped? Just brutally raped.
Yes.
Are you like
It sure
raped
is.
for real?
Yes.
For reals?
Yeah. Make sure to watch this scene. I want to see Quiet.
Yeah, here, I'm going to
They
play it.
murder and rape her even, which is great.
Who is this now?
Quiet is the sniper who goes around with a fucking bikini all the time.
Oh my god.
And she got captured, and it's like the mission's to go and rescue her.
Haha, yes, choke this
You are
bitch out.
failing.
Yeah, no, it's a cutscene, so basically I'm just stuck watching here.
Oh wait, is she being raped or tortured or choked or what?
They're drowning her. You actually see her turn blue here. Her lips turn blue as she fucking gets choke slammed out like a fucking WWE wrestler.
Well, and they're still got
Whoa, nice
take the
tits,
chance to
whore.
show fucking tits.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
It's fucking bobbling around.
That's just silly.
She's dead. Oh, she's dead. This bitch did. They took the time to fucking actually make her turn blue as he fucking drowns her. Choke drown.
No, it has not begun to get retarded, though.
And then there's the fucking... Then he unzips his pants.
Wait,
Yeah,
she
you
was-
hear
what?
the unzip. You
What the
hear
Then
fuck?
she magically
a zipper
turns
unzip.
back to life.
How did she come back to life?
Because doesn't she drink through her skin?
Well, she's also the parasites. Again, parasites, kind of like how
Huge spoilers.
Vamp was capable of fucking being basically immortal because of nanomachines.
So she's the Raiden of this game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah!
Except she absorbs nutrients through her skin, sunlight and water.
Well, she's way less gay or way less annoying than Raiden.
That's why she is
so.
wearing the giant coat. I guess they're trying to weaken her. Oh, and here's a giant ball stomp.
See,
But
I was
you get to see her cunt as she lifts
Yes,
her leg up.
it's a lot of people, a lot of MGS fans have been talking about how much they love this. Oh man, it's so tragic and this
Yes,
such
it's so
a wonderful,
dramatic.
beautiful scene. So wonderful. It's my
What?
heart is 3 sizes bigger because of this
Yeah, these
magic.
faggots who like this dumbass series and take it seriously.
But meanwhile, there's huge gaping cunt shots and rape, implied rape, actual
like-
rape.
in Japan, Anita Sarkeesian would be correct.
Yes.
Haha. Because they are little people. Us
people.
silly people.
And here again,
I actually did
the
have to
mic
give
stuck lost a
Japan.
bit
I
about
still
the
have to give Japan way more credit.
yeah because
as
you
far
get to
as that
see her
shit's
cunt and
concerned.
ass really nicely.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't cater to that.
She just stabbed
bullshit.
that guy in the balls like 10 times.
Like they're just a sick people in general.
Yes.
Anyway.
They're
Like,
a sick, weird,
thinking
creepy people, but I kind of
hardcore.
appreciate the objectification, which of course none of the fans can admit is objectification.
And
Like, I
Nina
can only
Sarkeesian
imagine-
hates Japan too.
Oh yeah, she hates Japanese games.
Well, then we have something in common.
Well, it's not
But
like she
just the
likes any
fucking-
games.
Well, yeah.
Their
But I mean,
storytelling
the
is the worst. Japanese storytelling is the worst.
I can only imagine in the original Japanese the scene where she was getting choked, the fucking noises she would be making.
Oh yeah, it was. yeah.
That reminds me of Olga, the original cutscenes for MGS2 with Olga in Japanese. She's just screaming every fucking
Yeah, every
word.
line's like,
Just shrieking it at top
Screeching
volume.
at the top. Yeah,
like
at the top of her
Yoko
lungs.
Ono.
Oh yeah,
Fucking-
the Bill Burr bit about fucking Yoko Ono.
Still one of the best things ever.
And,
That
oh,
video.
it feels so bad. Like that scat freak that she was terrifying. Fucking Chuck Berry, that horrible scat freak. I felt so bad for him, even though he's the creepiest. He's one of the creepiest scat freaks. He fucking put cameras in the women's toilets so he
Ew.
could watch some shit.
Ew, what the fuck?
But he's one of the fucking he's one of the inventors of rock
Yeah,
and
I mean,
roll.
he can get away with that.
Yes.
I'm not judging. I'm not going to judge Chuck
Does this
Berry.
bitch have an op? She fucking opt that, and she no scoped him.
And then it
Let's go
stops
back.
on her tits because
Yes.
Japan is a sick culture.
Yes. It's like, whoa, her
Well,
tits.
what's wrong with tits?
Oh, nothing.
What's wrong with her lack of chin? That's what's wrong.
I don't know. Just I fucking hate Japan. I
It is
can't
the-
stand it.
They're silly people and a little.
They are both-
Well,
little.
especially
Yes.
fucking weeaboos. Fucking weeaboos are
They
so
can't.
fucking annoying.
They won't be joining us in the sun because of our superior American height blocks out the sunlight.
The blinding light of freedom.
Yes, the blinding light of freedom that burned their shadows into Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But yeah, their writing is the worst. It's because they take no influence or inspiration from their betters or from other cultures.
There is also, from what I can gather, there isn't a whole lot of quality control in terms of writing over there.
No one stands in the way and is like, "Hey, don't add this. It's fucking."
Yeah, it's some weird thing about not wanting to make upset people, so
It's
they won't say when something's bad.
It's auteur culture, they say. But yeah, it's also a fucking desire to be like, hey, well, if this guy writes a shitty thing, just let him do it.
Yeah, like if something does turn out good from Japan, it's not because somebody like
It's because they did it in an
Quality
American
control,
thing
yeah.
first, and Japanese are just
Or-
repping that off.
it's just by freak chance that somebody got around to doing it because nobody's going to say over there when something is bad. They're just
Yeah.
not going to say like,
can't do
that's a bad idea. We should probably try something else. They're
Shouldn't
not going to do it.
this. We probably shouldn't do this.
We probably shouldn't have her making
should have
gross
said
sex
no.
noises while
They
she's
should
being
have said
murdered.
no, but because we didn't have that, we got their strict.
We
Maybe
probably-
don't have her
we-
make
we
disgusting
Probably
Probably
shouldn't,
noises.
but instead let's do what I usually do: ejaculate blood into a storm drain. But yeah,
No,
they,
it's
that's why you get
oh,
shit like in
oh.
Naruto, a fucking dumbass kids cartoon
Yeah,
and
right.
comic where one of the guys actually suggests to like win a fight is you stick your finger into another guy's asshole in the middle of the fight. And that leads to retarded weeaboos who watch this dumb shit actually fucking doing that to their own dads when
what the
wrestling or something.
fuck? What?
That was a story on 4chan, which I fully, wholeheartedly believe is
Oh, I thought it was from an anime or something. Shit.
Naruto. Yeah, someone does that in Naruto.
God.
When they're fucking, like, one of the teachers of Naruto suggests is like, you could do this to win a fight.
We can actually do this.
Maybe you better not, Japan. Maybe you
Yeah.
shouldn't.
That's how you get shit like that. No one says no because they would be like, well, we don't want to
Well, I
hurt.
think also there's just there are different like cultural standards, but again,
Lower
in America,
cultural standards in
we
Japan.
fucking actually like we have that filter where it's like you can't just get away with anything and be popular. You actually have to have some like real talent.
America has
well-
higher cultural standards, basically.
Unless you're Michael Bay.
Yeah, except for that. But his cultural. Here's the thing: as a director, he actually kind of has a high standard because he's
Well, I
very
mean,
energetic.
Look at what Kojima's doing. A lot of that shit's basically like Michael
Yes.
Bay shit.
He's real. Yeah, Kojima is straight up ripping off Michael Bay for the entire direction of this entire game, the cutscenes, even a lot of the fucking action. But and also J.J. Abrams because there's tons of lens flare in the cutscenes in this game. Who else was he ripping off of? Mostly Michael Bay and J.J.
There's
Abrams.
also the soundtrack to fucking Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, they ripped off the soundtrack to Dark Knight. So there's also some fucking I guess
Skyrim.
to some extent.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
the
that too.
Open world gaming.
Yeah, the open world
and
gaming of
really,
Skyrim.
Nobody even talks about. Very few people have ever talked about how American developers have just so completely overshadowed Japanese developers. I think actually even Kojima himself admitted to that. That fucking Japanese developers and Japanese video games, especially in like whatever, like 90, not yeah,
I think
since I would say 99, but probably a little.
You're thinking
earlier
of
than that.
the Mega Man guy, I think.
No, there was more than one. There was more than one of them, and I think Kojima was
The guy
one
who
of
created
them.
Mega Man said that Japanese games are pretty much dead.
Nasty.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's not like it's any strong. It's not like it takes any fucking foresight to even acknowledge that.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't need any insight to notice that the whole Japanese games industry is lagging behind. They're not joining us in the sun. America's fucking completely been innovating for the past 10 or 15 years now.
Well, how well is this game selling?
This game's huge. This game is huge.
Which
But
game?
it's got a lot of gameplay. It's
This
got
one,
tons
Metal
of
Gear.
gameplay. Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of the biggest games of the entire year. It's still one of the top sellers on Steam.
Is she can
Yeah, she
teleport
just
now?
skated. Yeah, she always could.
She always could.
Maybe you shouldn't, Japan.
Yeah.
Maybe let's not.
We better not.
But
Yeah.
because nobody said that, we got this shit.
Fucking maybe we shouldn't have her making gross schoolgirl
You know-
sounds while she's dying.
You know who Kojima is like? Rick Berman. Fuck
Rick
you,
Berman.
Rick Berman.
Fuck
You're
you,
in this shit
Kojima.
too. Fuck you, Kojima.
Maybe don't zoom in on her pussy while she's being choked to death. Maybe
Well, why
don't.
not?
Maybe
not?
don't.
I know. Well, dude,
You
first,
can zoom in on her pussy during other scenes.
It's very dishonest and cheap and cheesy and retarded to act like it's dramatic when it's like, oh no, she's being murdered. It's like, let's see her tits and cunt now. It's really stupid, but at the same time, I appreciate the cheapness of it. It's like, well, they're basically just doing I spit on your grave, except
Oh
taking
yeah,
it more seriously.
I didn't say don't do it. I said maybe
Maybe
think about it. Maybe reconsider.
It's like King of the Crystal Skull. Maybe we're shorter. We
better not. But because nobody said that, we got this shit.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's George Lucas as an entire people, an entire culture.
It's an entire culture of George Lucas.
20
Nobody
million
else can
George
say-
Lucases.
The stories in these games are completely equivalent, if not worse, than the Phantom Menace, the Star
Yeah,
Wars.
exactly.
That shit.
It's the exact same mindset that's responsible for
The
the
difference
Phantom
is that the gameplay itself is actually creative. The gameplay's always been creative and fun. The gameplay, even Metal
I
Gear
think
Solid
really
3 and 2, is
Kojima
fun.
must absolutely hate this series by this point. Because I think he
has-
used to make a lot of other games.
He's
He used
even
to make
said,
shit
hasn't he,
tons.
that he hates it. I thought I heard that somewhere. That
He
he's
wanted
sick
to
of
end it at 4. I don't know why he hasn't, but because it should have.
Because it makes money. It's because it makes money
Yeah, it
and
makes
he has
money.
no choice. They're basically forcing him to keep making
It's
these
something
games.
completely
He
original.
used to make
different.
a lot of other games. In fact, there's a bunch of references to Snatcher
It's completely
in Ground
different.
Zeroes.
Oh yeah. There's references to Snatcher, which was like a PlayStation 1 game or Neo Geo or some shit.
It was MSX was the system, I heard.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
see,
I don't
in
know
that
even know
case,
what the fuck that
zooming
is.
on her pussy while she's being choked. Fuck her right in her pussy. Fuck, who cares?
You don't mean turkey. Oh, hold up.
That reminds me,
It's
since we're
because
speaking
we
of
saw-
Japan, there's an actual good anime out on fucking Netflix right now. It's
No.
called
No.
Mind Game.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Mind Game is a good movie.
Fuck
It's fun, it's creative, it's neat, it's well animated.
Ugh.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
it
is that the
on my
one
list,
that doesn't
but
look anything like anime?
well,
it looks weird. Does look pretty. It doesn't look
That's
very.
a good start
It's strange,
to begin
yeah,
with,
it's,
is that it does not look
Yeah, I
like
have it on my
anime.
list, but you know what I watched instead? Rocky 2 and 3, and you know what? Those are probably better movies.
you know, all right. I'm about to get a lot of hate for this. I did not like Rocky 1. I saw it for the very first time like 2 years ago, and I didn't like it. I was like, really? This is what people have been screaming about this for
Well, you know
years?
what? Actually, I liked it a lot because there was the expectation. I thought it was going to be cheesy. I thought it was going to be corny. Oh, fuck.
Like,
I thought it was
he's-
going to be corny, and it's not. He's like the biggest fucking loser on the planet, and I like
He's
that
a big
a lot.
loser.
Yeah, I was
he
not
is literally
expecting any of that.
retarded. He's fucking retarded.
Yes, he's the biggest moron too. I think that's great though. That's why I love the movie. It's like he's a fucking idiot.
Like
And-
his whole family's retarded. Like
Yes.
in order
in
to
Rocky
convey
2, it's even he actually gets
like,
dumber in Rocky 2.
fucking-
Rocky 2 is a great movie too because of that.
his fat uncle brings him to the slaughterhouse,
Yes.
and in order to convey to Rocky, I brought you here to train by punching, they just kind of like yell and go, punch. That's how he conveys what to do. That's how they
It's
communicate to each other.
There's
It's like, what?
At the beginning of Rocky 2, there's like, hey, you got the big fight, you lost, but hey, you're still in there. It's pretty good. We want to have you in an endorsement deal for this for the cologne or perfume or whatever. And he's like, ooh, all right, just come see me. It's like, okay, what's your number? It's like, hey, just yell at me, go yo on the street. And they're like, this guy's got. They actually say this guy has brain damage. And you can't disagree with them.
No, it's correct.
Which is great.
Well,
he is a complete idiot.
The doctors, I think, was it in 2 or was it in 4, 5? I know in 5 he actually goes to the doctor. It's like, well, you have legitimate brain damage. It's incurable. There is no way to reverse it. It's irreversible.
He was like that before he started boxing.
Yeah, he was an idiot. He's an idiot in the first movie. But I also like how they mention Adrian, because it was Paulie's sister, and is like, hey, take her to the zoo, Rock. Retards love the zoo. And he's like, she's not retarded, it's just sad, right? It's like, and like kind of implying that he's retarded too. And then right before the mobsters drive away, they're like, take her to the zoo, Rock. It's like, it's just a fucking joke. It's a bunch of losers, though. But that's why I really liked Rocky, because I wasn't expecting a movie about a bunch of losers, idiots, stupid morons, basically taking on, the smartest guy in the movie is fucking Apollo Creed, the black guy. He's smart, like, suave general. He's rich. He's kind of a regular guy, but he also has this reputation to maintain. And he's in the second movie too, and he's really good. And then in the third movie, they team up to fight Mr. T. And I actually liked all of the movies so far. I didn't see 4.
I couldn't understand why this was such an iconic.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It should not be. But the thing is,
I was really surprised because everyone's talking it up. It's the best. Won so many Oscars. It's such a great story.
I mean,
I was expecting the feel-good story of the feel-good story of the year.
Boxers. Who gives a shit?
It had a beginning, middle, and end. It was a complete movie. I just didn't get why it was so fucking iconic. Like,
I was surprised. I was surprised at how good it was. I did not expect it.
It's well written though.
As good as it is.
Because it's a movie about this stupid idiot loser who, like, he's doing, like, the lowest shit work for the mafia because he can't do anything else. He's not smart enough to do anything else.
I actually wrote a whole post about it. I guess you didn't read it, but I wrote this whole gigantic post about the first Rocky movie. Yeah.
Shit, I want to read it.
Specifically the scene where...
Was it on the Tumblr?
Yeah, you don't. Clearly, you don't.
I remember they made some posts. Yeah, I don't. It's gone. It's long gone. We're never.
You guys
won't see that shit no more.
You guys posted
where Rocky meets with Mickey, where Mickey recommends that he fucking manages Rocky.
You guys posted like 50 things a day on your Tumblr. It was hard to keep track of it all.
That's true. Maybe
especially,
more.
And especially when like 10% of or 10 posts a day were brilliant, genius.
Yeah,
brilliant
genius.
Posts.
Brilliant.
By us.
And I will admit, I queued and posted quite a lot of posts from, like, anti-feminists that were really not even worth reading because they were just giving feminists a mouthpiece and being like, oh, look at these feminists, they're being so stupid. It's like,
I didn't even read
no
those.
shit, Yeah, I know, I did that. I did all of that. It was a complete waste of space. I regret it. I completely regret. I regret posting to shitty webcomics just because our Brilliant Genius Brilliance was too much for the people who read it, really.
I do think you should start again, though.
I'm not going to. You already know what I'm doing. I'm doing something
it's not my burden to bear.
I don't mean, like, as prolifically as you were before, but maybe just...
I couldn't do if I'm going to do it
at
all.
We have the 8chan board, really, and the 8chan board's actually... We're the top 150
I
now.
fucking hate this 8chan board. It is so difficult to navigate this fucking thing. What's new? What's not? I don't fucking...
What's at the top is... What's new is supposed to be at the top unless it gets saged. But,
yeah, but then it gets up. Once something new is posted, it goes up, it goes down. I can't sort through this fucking thing.
It's...
Infinity-chan.
But I mean, I would still say it's better than Tumblr because Tumblr
definitely it's better than 4chan.
Swamp, yeah, it's better than 4chan. Although 4chan is the same shit, but yeah, like I guess a fucking like an article blog site, but I mean you can't do that. I think that's the
8chan
that's
has
the
it.
point of our fucking of shitty webcomics was that it was supposed to be like a daily thing. Is like you keep up with that day until the whole thing is gone, and one day it will be. It's not going to last forever because our brilliant genius brilliant is too edgy. We're too much edgelords.
Did
for
you
it to
ever
last
find
forever.
out
We
what it
invented
was
the edge.
that finally got you taken down? Did you
Kate
find out what it
left.
was?
Yes.
Yeah, Kate left. Even said she was reporting us, like, for the fucking
Kate
50th
left.
time.
Kate left. There is a screen cap of Kate left.
Yeah, which I saved.
Contacting the owner of comics.tumblr.com, the staff fucking section, the staff comics section of Tumblr. She contacted personally that staff member and said, hey, I need you guys to delete this blog. And that fucking hour we were gone.
No TOS violation.
Well, fucking harassment. They can say anything is a TOS violation.
It's not
just look at the
harassment
UN.
if you're not actively spamming.
It wasn't harassment, but we had broken the TOS intentionally several times that never got reported because it was like
and
at
who gives a
4 in the
fuck?
morning. And yeah, and who gives a fuck? Because there was people who deserved it. But ultimately, it's all about the friends that they know. It's all about whose friends are who.
The friends and family plan.
The friends or family plan. The friend zone. Hit it. Yeah. I don't know. Did you hit it? Who cares? Fucking, she's jumping around like a fucking cricket, rubbing her legs together like a cricket. She gets some big boss dick up in her business. This cunt whore. She's a fucking slut. She's just like Jeremy Renner said about Black Widow. She's a slut. And then fucking Captain America put his hand over his patriotic heart and had a big patriarchal laugh.
A big
over how
patriarchal guffaw.
Yes, of laughing at feminism,
Big
not just at
patriarchal
the fact she's a slut.
guffaws.
Like,
I
not-
remember when characters could just be characters. They didn't have to have a fucking political affiliation.
You
Like,
now.
oh, we made this a strong female character instead of just like fucking Ellen Ripley,
if
who's
you make her weak or make her have problems, you're being patriarchal and oppressive.
Yeah, you actually
Instead of,
couldn't
like, a
really
good
do
character.
that.
You can't do that with black people either. If you make a black person have like actual personal problems, if you make them a bad person, then you're being racist.
and then you have a character like Ellen Ripley whose gender is incidental and not important in the
Yeah, they were
slightest.
going to make her male at first.
Yeah,
But
if
then
her
they made
gender doesn't
female.
matter.
Feminists don't actually know what to complain about that because they'll be like, hey, she's a great character, but at the same time, she's like, ooh, she's too
They're
nasty.
like, down with Kmart. They
And
don't
they're
even know what
right.
to protest.
Yes, the down with Kmart and their merchandise that people can afford.
Down.
It's like
What?
that's a Todd Berry joke.
Oh,
He was talking about people protesting Kmart, but they didn't even know what to protest.
Basically, or it was people in New York.
Yeah, and New York hipsters like down with Kmart and their stuff that people can afford. It's like fucking, like let's take down this Kmart and fucking get
Put
all the
up a-
Kmart shirts for $5, and then that shirt should be in a fucking hipster store that should be sold for
Yeah,
$700.
a vintage clothing store.
Yes,
Because hipsters actually do that.
yes.
That's what hipsters actually believe.
I saw somebody wearing a fat guy wearing a fucking trilby at the fucking Kroger's the
No
last
fucking
night.
way. No.
And
think
he was
that
with a
there's-
gaggle of other hipsters too. It was like other
Of
people.
course. They
Oh,
have that
he's wearing it ironically, man.
Yeah, he was being he looked like he was being ironic, but he was also a fat tub of lard.
tub of shit.
You know, I would take a fat fucking trilby wearing asshole over the big fat guy I saw in Walmart a couple days ago wearing a Pikachu hat in public.
Ugh.
Ew.
I
The
saw someone,
40-year-old
you know, it's
fat
funny,
man.
around
40-year-old
the poor
virgin.
neighborhood, the slums we used to fucking live in. I still saw some fucking dork wearing a Naruto headband outside in the middle of the day once, and it was like, holy shit, I want to run this motherfucker over, but that would be illegal. It wouldn't be wrong, it would just be illegal.
I might get in trouble.
I could get in trouble with that.
I'm not about to take away your right to wear that headband, but maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe we're sure.
You better not.
Wait,
Or
about-
not.
It's fucking. It's a completely different experience. Brand new. Nice try.
Asshole.
Oh dear.
Ugh.
Oh goodness.
Fuck. Anyways, yeah.
What
so
else
the
is new?
stories in Metal Gear Solid are shitty. Fucking. We talked about how fucking dumb cunt. The UN is basically a mouthpiece for evil dictators
Kill the
and
UN.
feminism, which is the same thing. Kill the UN.
Yeah, you'd think that if they're actually like, what was it you posted? Like the person who runs their something is Saudi Arabia.
The Human Rights Council is run by Saudi Arabia, who
Yeah,
is
fucking-
about to behead somebody for fucking blogging.
Fucking shut it down. Shut it down immediately. The whole thing.
But
Shut it
that's
down.
the purpose of the UN, is to put
Shut it the
mass
fuck
murdering.
down.
Yeah, the purpose of the UN is to put mass murdering theocrat fascists in charge of things that they have should have no place of being in charge of. But on top of that, the purpose of the UN is to fucking try to shame the United States for all these fucking dictators and murderers to be like, the United States is the real evil, and the UN will applaud, and Kofi Annan, who's responsible for most of this shit happening, is also in charge of this shit and responsible for a lot of these dictatorships getting a voice on the fucking in the UN.
Oh shit, quiet, just got the ultimate rape.
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit, hand rape. Oh fuck. Oh, she
You would
raped
think
you.
that you wouldn't even allow certain countries to the table unless they meet certain criteria in terms
Oh,
of
she
like
just
civil
took
rights.
a tank shell to the cunt. Holy shit.
She just. This is gonna kill her, isn't it?
No.
No,
Just
no,
gonna walk it
no,
off.
it does not.
A little sunlight and water, and she'll be back to.
I was gonna say because she just shrugged off a bunch of other shit earlier.
Your fucking big boss looks awful. What did you do to his
Yeah,
face?
what did you do to him?
Gave him a giant fucking Arab nose. He looks like a Muslim.
You've apparently never seen our noses from side profile.
Well, yeah, I know
Muslim?
that ours are pretty big. We look like we have kike noses.
And a lot
Actually,
of that is from congestion, childhood congestion.
I think it's just actually a French nose. We have a nose exactly
Well,
like Captain
that
Picard's.
too. That too.
Now, is all of that your blood? That's all over you?
It's from her cunt.
Some
Oh
of it's
my
my,
God.
She had
some
her-
of it is
She
my
had her
blood.
period.
I've been getting shot. I fucking had 2 tank shells. Yeah, she had her period all over my face.
Oh,
So, I took like 2 close range tank shells. And that's
She's
so
okay.
the blood kind of accumulates.
and she's okay. Game on.
So
Yeah,
she's
game
like
on, man.
she's like Vamp. She has the same
Here's
powers
another
as-
thing that you can see about her at close range is she's very like veiny because she has very pale skin.
Yes, she has the same shit as Vamp.
I'd like to put my veins into
Yeah.
her.
Well, no, Vamp was nanomachines, right?
Yes.
It's the same
But
fucking
it's,
bullshit.
yeah, it's pretty much the same
She
thing.
can run across water. She can fly. She can regenerate.
But there are no
One of my favorite
nanomachines in
comics-
1983. For
One of
Christ's
my
sake.
favorite, yeah, but it's not nanomachines. It's
It's
parasites.
parasites.
Well, one of my favorite comics is the.
Well, that's
fucking-
the worst part of the game,
sniper
actually.
boss battle against Vamp where he kills Emma, and it's just the bullet going through his head, and him saying, "It was a 7.62. You pussy. Is that all you got?"
Oh yeah, that comic. That was for a certain little web comic that I once remember from many years ago. I can't even delete that fucking comic, by the way, because of stupid ass Keen Space. Doesn't let me
Keen
log in
Space.
anymore. Their login doesn't work. I don't know if their
That's nice.
site works anymore. Even it's retarded.
You died for nothing.
But anyway, so
nothing.
yeah, the in this game, the story is they're making a parasite. The villain's plan is to make a parasite that erases the English language.
It's also a parasite.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That is
What?
the correct response.
It's also a
That's the
parasite
only
that is
correct response to
responsible
this
for.
stupid-ass shit.
It's responsible for causing humanity to learn language in the first place. Also, by the way,
Oh, that's even worse. I didn't even know that stupid ass shit.
Japan,
fucking retarded.
You better not, Japan. We probably shouldn't do
You
that.
probably we better not.
Better
In Japan, you better not.
not. Oh God, that's so stupid.
It is the dumbest shit
Oh,
ever.
shit.
And
It's
Metal Gear
like-
Solid fans and people on V take it completely seriously.
In another series of games, in another story, in like an original science fiction, whatever, it might be okay, but not in Metal Gear. No.
Fantasy in a dark, not high fantasy, like low fantasy, like ridiculous, over the top fantasy. Maybe I could buy it in like a dark comedic sense, in a way that's supposed to be silly and dumb.
Erase the English language.
Yes.
No, it actually kills people who speak English. It kills people who speak specific languages.
People unable.
So they implant. It was actually kind of a creepy scene where you go to the devil's house in Africa, because a bunch of the game takes place in Africa.
It's the
best
where the devil
place.
would live.
It's the best place where you'd find just people killing each other for no reason.
Yes.
But they implant these microphones into people's throats and stuff so that the parasites can learn their languages. And at first it's like, well, the scene is really cool because it's really creepy and there's blood everywhere. And it's like very medical. It's like, holy shit, this is like really extreme.
Basically, Kojima learned body horror.
Yeah, it's kind of Silent Hill-ish. And then you learn that they're teaching the parasites enemy languages by fucking implanting microphone. They're parasites that live in people's throats. And they taught humanity how to speak. And there's hours and hours of fucking tape calls, because there's no codec anymore. Well, there's the codec, but most of the conversations are in tapes. They're in cassette tapes.
Yeah, this does not make any fucking sense from all the other shit that's been set up in this series.
Well, it doesn't even make sense in context, out of context. It doesn't make sense in a fantasy sci-fi setting.
Made of bees.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense in a setting, even in a fictional setting.
Like, I'll grant you that, but this just is. It feels out of place.
Well, not in a universe where guys made out of bees won World War II.
That I'll grant you, but that just does not feel right for a Metal Gear Solid game.
Yeah, it's retarded. But it's been retarded since 2.
It really is just a plot element. It's an excuse to have this thing happen where...
it's also an excuse to slam the English language as being oppressive. It's like the English language is evil.
Yes. Once again, America bad, Japan is great. Nothing's bad about Japan, nothing wrong with Japan.
Oh, nice tit jiggle.
But also, it's just a shitty plot element to have an excuse have
this scene though where it looks like they're gonna catch him, but he's just gonna shoot a snake.
Use her as a shield. She's impervious to bullets.
Exactly. Why doesn't he do that?
Do these language parasites give her vampire powers?
They're fucking...
they're a different parasite, aren't they?
I forget exactly how, but that's... When you fight the Skull unit, they have the same powers that she has.
Yeah, they can
except that if you speak of the language that takes you over, fucking basically it takes control of their minds. I don't know why it doesn't kill them.
See, the thing is, the problem with the parasite thing is because it's kind of a huge deal, and it's never come up in any of the other fucking games.
Yeah, you'd think it would be something in the other games, but
Here's
no.
another thing that's stupid. He blocks the snake so that it bites his good arm.
Yeah,
He's got
why not
a
just
metal
bite the...
arm. He's got a fucking metal arm. He blocks the snake's bite with his real arm.
Yeah, seems stupid.
Why?
Or let it bite her.
Arm. Yeah, or let it bite her.
This part's really dragging out, though. It's like, how long? Yeah. I mean, this is not too long compared to, like, Metal Gear Solid 4 or 3.
Yeah.
Or 2.
The beginning of Metal Gear Solid 4, and I actually had to take a while to figure out where to go. First off, I was sitting around waiting for the cutscene to continue, only to realize that the cutscene wasn't a cutscene, it was gameplay. I was like, oh, I'm in control of the game.
And she's okay again. Why was she suddenly KO'd? That doesn't make...
Because she took a tank shell right to the fucking womb.
Like,
she took
why
a
am I
tank shell
even...
right to the uterus. It flew right up into her uterus and detonated.
Why am I even asking? They don't fucking care, so why should I?
The thing is, though, that right now the sun is being blocked out, so she can't really heal. That's the sandstorm is fucking damaging her healing ability.
I hate this character.
There's the part where she talks, though.
She really is just cheesecake.
Yes.
And
She's
everyone
big, she has some slight
reacts
characterization.
completely incorrectly. Again,
They act like
except
she's the
for
next
me.
Ripley. or
I am the
something.
only person who really knows how to treat this shit.
Yeah,
Not
they act
even
like this is
Kojima
Shakespeare. They
knows
act
how
like
to treat this shit.
Shakespearean
MGS
shit.
fans treat it like it's the most greatest, brilliant piece of art ever created, where this naked woman with tits jiggling and exposed open legs and rape fetishism,
They
where
did a
she's
really
also
good job on her
soaking
face.
wet.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into her face.
Oh,
They
all,
even
the,
face
all
is
the
great.
faces, all the faces actually have really good work in them.
yeah, the graphics are good in this game.
It's impressive.
It's kind
Obviously,
of funny though. She's a
Kojima
very
learned that from Half-Life 2.
yes. She has a sort of a Jim Norton chin though.
Yes, she's very 3D PD.
Yes.
She's okay. She's a 6.
But yeah, this was that thing about like Mike Stoklasa talking about the strong woman. This is a strong woman where she like flips through a exploding oil tanker in the middle of a freeway and that kind of shit.
Explodes
That's pretty
10
much
things,
what
it
this
kicks
is.
10 180-pound muscle-bound guys through walls.
Through brick walls, yeah, that kind of
Which-
shit. This is that taken completely seriously
And again,
to
this
the
is a
most
huge
retarded degree.
important scene for all of the entire series and the entire game. And I'm just streaming it while we're shit talking it.
Come back to watch
That character you're talking about, that fucking Alice from Resident Evil, I am
Yes.
a strong.
Yeah.
That is such a terrible fucking.
It's
I'm
stupid.
so
But
sick
that's
of
what
that.
feminists. That's what feminists demand, and then once they get it, they complain that it's boring.
It's
Or
she doesn't even.
unrealistic.
It's not even. She doesn't even have a fuck. That character is like there's a billion of them, and there's no personality
There'd be a bunch
on
of
a
clones
single
in
one.
it.
Literally,
they
just
nuked
literally in the movie itself, there was a billion of them
There you go.
Right? Yeah.
because they cloned her. Like,
Oh
so
my
that there
god!
were
And
billions of
people,
That
I've
was-
met people who are like huge fans of that series. I'm like, how
the
can you
game
like
series or the movie series?
the movie series?
Oh.
Like how?
The
What
first
is
movie was so boring, and I
wrong
saw
with
the
you?
second movie. I think in the theater. Actually, I don't know why, because I was just bored. And I saw it, and I was like, "This is dumb." And then I never saw another Resident Evil movie ever again.
They're extremely boring.
They're dumb. Yeah, they're even dumber than the games. Resident Evil
Yeah.
4 story is actually good because
Like in the
it's self-aware of its stupidity.
In the first movie, you have a scene where a guy gets literally diced to death by laser beams, and it's so boring. How do you make that boring?
Even that's boring.
How?
You have a movie where you can shoot hundreds of zombies
The boss is here.
and with like fully automatic weapons,
And they
it's
don't even do
boring.
it. Yeah,
Not a drop of blood.
That's
yeah,
kind
not
of one of the
yeah, there's no
problems
smoke
with.
puffs. It was dumb.
It's kind of one of the problems I had with The Walking Dead. Although I actually did watch the rest of the season 4 of Walking Dead, and it actually improves. It actually improves past the first few episodes. The first few episodes of season 4 are the absolute worst. That was the whole flu, the flu that kills everyone in one day plotline.
Like the super flu,
Still
like in
got
the
a
stand.
fucking B rank, you motherfuckers.
I'm
How
just.
the
I'm
fuck
just
am I
Combat
supposed-
rank B. Alright, let's see about this.
I'm so sick of zombies.
Zombies are a great, like, throwaway enemy. Like, if you want tons
Yeah.
and tons of gore and fucking shooting into crowds unrepentantly without even a fucking care in the world, zombies are the way to go. But as far as the other shit, it's like, who gives a fuck?
You can kill them in one hit in a Castlevania game. I'm not threatened by zombies.
Not a threat.
Yeah,
Wait, is there,
I really
is there,
fucking, I especially don't get the appeal that
isn't
people
there
have
an
for
audio
those,
tape around here that you can find on a fucking,
Is there?
on a tree? And it has
Or, no,
quiet...
yeah, that's a cutscene. I already did that.
Oh, alright. I thought it was actual gameplay. You're supposed to fucking walk up to the tree.
Oh wait, that's right. Wait, you know what?
Like-
Yeah, it's actually what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I just wanted out of the fucking mission.
Get me out of this fucking mission.
Although, like I said before, I did like that. Shit, what was it? Was it Day of the Dead? Whatever the Dead with
I'm running this.
Bub the
freak show
vampire, yeah.
Frankenstein.
Bub
Whatever.
the zombie. I did enjoy that quite a lot, but that more for the not for the zombies, but for the situation.
Yeah, it's a cool idea of like here's the last here's like 10 people are still alive in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. Here's how they live. And it's like, yeah, that's great. A lot of great potential ideas for stories. And here's one story idea. I kind of like think it could have been done
That's
better.
also
still.
one of the things I hate about zombie movies normally is that since the zombies are usually either really slow or really easy to kill, you have to think of stupid ways for people to get killed.
Yeah, people have to be stupid. That was the biggest complaint about The Walking Dead, was that in order to be in danger, people had to do the dumbest shit ever.
The
And that's
Walking
what
Dead
most
actually
zombie
did a
movies are.
way better job with that than I think even some of the other Romero zombie movies did.
Yeah, I think
and
Romero's
even the
actually kind
fucking-
of a hack,
Whatever
except
it was, the remake of the Mall one, that one was actually a lot more reasonable than most of the other dumb zombie bullshit.
but those had the
that I usually
runners.
see.
Those
That-
had the running zombies.
That one,
Yeah, that's fine.
that one was memorable for the fucking zombie baby that gets born.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no, that was
exactly.
well. You
That
know,
was pretty cool.
that's first of all, that's a James Gunn script, so he has a lot of great ideas in it, and yeah, I like that movie quite a lot. The zombie baby that's born, especially because it's like the black guy who thinks like this is going to be his salvation from the awful life he supposedly had before. He's like, everything's going to turn around once I have this kid,
Nope.
and then fucking it's just like he
and see,
loses his shit, and it's a great character.
Technically, he's being stupid, but he's not being stupid in a way that's like, okay, this would never happen. You can actually comprehend why somebody
Yes.
would react in that way.
Yeah, and it doesn't
And
become
you
a major
accept it.
threat to everyone else. Well, I think a
Yeah,
couple
exactly.
of
Yes.
people get killed.
Yeah, I
The
think
old trucker
he
lady
gets killed.
blown
His
away.
wife, who is already a zombie, gets killed. The baby gets killed, and I think another woman in the room gets killed.
I think it was just the old trucker hag.
And he gets killed. I know that. Okay, there's credits. For some reason, every motherfucking mission in this game has a credit.
It's just so you can see
sequence.
Kojima's name again.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So
by
that
Hideo
wasn't the end of the
Kojima.
game?
Who directed
Oh,
this?
and there was. I think there was another cutscene I just missed. I
So
skipped
wait.
the credits, and there was a post-credit cutscene. I missed it.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
So each mission is. Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, every single mission.
It's like an episode. It's like a TV show.
They're called episodes. So when you start a mission, it's like episode 28, that kind of shit. It's like, why isn't it an episode? And then it starts with like a credits scroll across the screen of like, written by Hideo Kojima, directed by Hideo Kojima. It's like, okay, we get it, Hideo Kojima. You like seeing your name on the screen like you're
He
a big
like to
fucking
do.
drunk.
He would like to do a movie.
Yeah.
It's-
Previously he wished he could do a movie. Now he wishes he could do like a big long-running TV show. Because really,
God.
TV's where it's at. Movies
If
suck.
he
TV's
did
better.
a fucking. It would be incomprehensible if he did a fucking movie.
Well, that's
No
what
one would be able
Metal
to-
Gear Solid 4 was. It was a big fucking incomprehensible movie.
I like Big Boss better when he was a skinless corpse with no legs.
Yes. Yeah, but that wasn't
Well,
actually the Big Boss.
that wasn't him. That was fucking
That was the ghost.
Solidus
Big
Snake.
Boss. Oh yeah, I don't even remember most of this stupid ass shit. Doesn't even make sense.
Solidus Snake was the boss of.
Yeah, he was
Microsoft,
also
too.
the president of the United
The
States.
president of the United
You
States.
forgot that
You
he's
have,
the president
gotta
of the
have
United
a big
States.
ninja sword fight on top of Federal Hall with the fucking former president of the United. It's like if you had a big ninja sword fight with Bill Clinton. It's retarded.
He's
But
trying to rape
I
a
did
woman.
like the ending of Revengeance when you fight the fucking
Of Senator
Southern senator guy who's fucking ridiculous Republican over
who
the top.
should have been elected.
It was
I would
very
vote-
entertaining.
I'd
They were
easily
having a lot
rather
of fun.
vote for him.
That
He's the
game
good guy.
seems
Most
like
of the
they were
villains are
having-
really the good
I
guys.
have that game. I haven't actually played it yet.
It
I have
looks.
not
It look. It's.
I played the demo.
Super. It's
That's
not
it.
silly like
The demo was
Parasites.
horrible,
it's
though.
Fucking.
The fight system doesn't make any sense in the demo. The demo.
That
If you guys
dumb-
have it,
Because
you
they
should
don't-
play it.
Yeah, I have it on my wish list, I think. Yeah, right. Metal Gear Solid. It's still $30. That's way too much. I would pay maybe $5 for this game. But the thing is, I played the demo, and it's like, okay, to beat this boss, you have to parry. It's like, okay, how do I parry? And it doesn't tell you.
It doesn't tell you, and it's like you have to hit square, but
It misleads you, I think, with an incorrect explanation. But it's like once you actually learn it, then it's
that's
just
the
like, oh,
challenge. There
Yeah,
wouldn't be
there's
a
no-
challenge on there.
not really
once.
any challenge though.
Well, fuck. All you have to do is look it up. I mean shit.
We'll see how that's gonna help.
I mean shit.
But yeah, it should be in the game. You shouldn't have to look up something that's supposed to be explained or described in the fucking game.
That is true.
They fucked that up.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's
We
just,
have a hard drive. I have a hard drive. Why do developers keep forgetting that I have a hard drive?
Yeah, my
There's no
computer has a
excuse
hard
for
drive. They're all Japanese developers treat every platform as a console, like a Super Nintendo. You can't store data on it. You can't fucking
A Super Nintendo, but also a fucking PlayStation 1.
yes.
Where
you would need
RAM.
you can
zero
only
RAM.
Yeah, no RAM, and you can only save games by fucking putting them onto a memory disk drive fucking card shit. It's fucking retarded. They don't know how to design games. That's why the fucking Japanese game development industry is pretty much dying right now.
Wait, you mean you can't save this game?
No, you can. The point is that they don't put the information inside the actual game.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
what you
exactly.
mean.
They act like you're
do
supposed
you
to look it up
remember-
in an instruction
clearly-
manual that came in the box you bought
Clearly,
it in.
we all remember Deus Ex 1, where you could type and write on picture files in the game.
Yeah, and they don't let you do that in any other game because they're like, well, you can't do that on the PlayStation.
Well, where
you
would
can't
we
do that on the
save that
PC.
information? Where would that information
Yeah,
go?
where would that
How
information
about
even
the
go?
hard drive.
Yeah, exactly.
The hard drive that every fucking console has now.
It only has because of fucking PCs, though.
Because,
And really-
because
and
of
the
Half-Life
Xbox.
1,
Yes.
Valve, and Steam.
Thanks, PCs.
Who
PC
invented...
Master Race.
I'm so hoping the Steam machine just ends up obliterating the competition. I kind of don't think that it will, but I really hope it just... I hope all the other fucking consoles with their stupid-ass Wiimotes and fucking always-on spy cameras that
Yeah.
if you name yourself Xbox turn off, you will get stupid children to end up crashing their own consoles.
Yes. Yeah, did you see the video of somebody who named themselves Xbox Shutdown? They named themselves Xbox Shutdown and went around griefing in, of course, Call of Duty. And so all these people over mic are like, dude, what are you doing, Xbox Shutdown? And then, no, don't shut down it, because it would pop up. Their Xbox would be like, do you wish to shut down your Xbox? And these stupid fucking ass dumb cunt children with little girl voices are like, no, but someone named themselves Xbox Shutdown and I said it out loud like a fucking retard.
That's an
They're
odd
dumber than
thing.
Rocky.
Did you hear that Nintendo's
them to the
already
zoo.
coming out with another console?
Yeah, because their current one is fucking outdated and dumb and
Which,
stupid.
yeah, it has been since...
What games does it even have? As Splatoon, and that's it. Doesn't have any. And
That's
it has
really
the
the thing,
biggest,
though, is-
clunkiest fucking controller ever.
They could fucking so easily just be like, okay, let's make all of the games backwards compatible. Let's start selling NES and
every
SNES
console
games for $1
Yes.
on the Nintendo store.
People have been screaming for Super Nintendo games to be released on the Virtual Console for 3DS, and there's just nothing. There's fucking
I think
few
we
old
bought-
NES
Yeah,
games.
we bought one of them. I know we bought a few NES games. Well, they were on sale or some bullshit like that, and we bought. I'm pretty sure there was a Super Nintendo game, but there's very
No.
few.
They are. You can get them for the Wii and the Wii U, but not for the 3DS.
It's fucking gay.
It's
I
gay.
mean,
It makes no
you know
sense.
what? They already announced a portable for the Steam machine. I'll be able to just upload a fucking emulator onto that because you can mod out the Steam OS. They just don't give a shit. They're like, go ahead, mod out the Steam OS. This is your fucking
Hack
console.
it all you want. Do whatever the fuck you want. So basically, I'll be able to put literally every single Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy Advance game onto my fucking Steam
Do a
portable.
bunch of the fucking N64 games too.
Yeah,
Damn.
exactly. Just freely onto a fucking portable that runs not just runs all these games, but like you don't even have to pay 1 cent for
And
it.
then it also has all my Steam games on my Steam account that I already paid for, as opposed to the Wii which we bought like 5 games for.
Yeah, River City Ransom. We
Can't
paid, I
get
think,
those games
$5
anymore.
for it. Yeah, and we
Wait a
can't
minute,
play
why
it
not?
because it's not because they're only on that Wii that we purchased it on. There's
Which got trashed.
Yeah, which got
Oh,
Which
destroyed.
ended up getting fucking broken when we lended it to our sister.
Who had kids?
Oh God.
Exactly. But the thing is, yeah. So if I got another Wii and like, there's no sign in, there's no login, it doesn't have any of that shit. So all the games I
Yeah.
bought on the old Wii, they're just gone.
Yeah, I thought games that you purchase like that are dedicated to your Nintendo account now.
They
I thought
should.
you
Yeah,
could-
yeah. Now to your Nintendo account, maybe only because they just added a Nintendo account as a console.
Oh, you didn't have it back then. I see.
Yeah, back when
So
the
they're just
Wii
gone.
regular.
Well, we had a Nintendo account, but it's like fucking.
It's not a unified
it is-
account. It was console only,
Yeah.
only to that.
Oh, shit.
console.
Well, even then, I don't know what our account information was. I don't know what the number was because
Yeah,
just
it had to be. It
a
was that big
string
numeric
of
code,
numbers. It's
which
not
is the
an
dumbest
actual
thing ever.
It's not an actual piece of information. It's just a string of numbers.
It's like a bigger than a phone number, and that's your identifying information for the Nintendo shit.
Well, son of a bitch. Thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah, they
Nintendo
fucked up.
don't.
I think they're
Nintendo
about
don't.
Nope.
They're about done. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to buy their consoles or games. They don't release any games that could possibly be wanted.
Their past two
Side-
consoles have just been
Splatoon.
terrible ideas. Like,
The
you better
N64
not.
wasn't even good. The
No.
N64 sucked.
When I was very excited to get Mario 64 when I was a
That was
kid,
great.
'cause I
That was a great game. That's
fucking-
still a great game, and I
No, no,
love
no.
playing it.
I mean, because I had like a huge fucking boner for the early Super Mario games, the platform games. But then I got Mario 64, and it was just like, what is this? This isn't what I wanted. I wanted a fucking. Where's the fire flowers?
Yes,
Where's
now-
the
now
Starman?
they've gone-
Where's the fucking?
They've regressed
Well, at least in
all the way
Mario
back into
64,
that.
you could punch and kick, and then in Mario Sunshine, you can't even. You're just spraying water at everything.
They went
Man,
back to
it's
fruity
totally
fucking.
fagged out.
Yes.
Like the only platformer that I know of on the Nintendo 64 was Mischief Makers. There are
that
no
was a
other
great game.
platformers.
That might be
Again,
the best
yeah,
game on
and
the
this was the era where everything had to be in fucking 3D, and then somebody still actually made Mischief Makers, which is a 2D fucking
Yeah.
game, and it's
Like-
fucking amazing.
Outside of like Star Fox 64, I can't stand any other fucking.
I
Well,
love
maybe
Zelda.
Paper Mario.
I-
There's
I
Paper
Zelda
played-
Mario.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I played
Uh.
GoldenEye more than any other game. Ocarina of Time's aged very, very badly.
No,
would say.
I can't. I tried. I couldn't. I was just like, ugh.
Majora's
no.
Mask is even worse though because you can't even save. You can't save your game in
shit.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
What?
did you not,
What?
Did you
Hard
not
is.
know that? Did
I
you
never
not know
played
that?
You didn't know that?
Because
Yeah, you can't
everyone
save.
loves everyone loves Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it has the worst
for
system.
some reason.
I
It's a
never
piece of shit.
played it.
The thing is, what you have to do is when you reset the 3-day timer, it lets you save only then, and you can't do it until like 2 hours into the game.
Yeah, and it takes away all your money, takes away like
Your heart containers and shit.
yeah, like all
You start from scratch.
A bunch of your items. This is before you've even done a dungeon, and there's a bunch of shitty jumping puzzles where you can't control the camera. You can't control the camera, and you can't see where you're going to land
Then why do people like this game?
Because they're stupid.
because they're
People are
fucking weeaboo
fucking
bitch trash.
People are sheeple. People, you mean sheeple.
See, just with this, the Nintendo 64 era is just almost every single game I played was like a huge disappointment. Like
They
I
were,
kept
yeah, they were
trying.
like bargain basement cheap pieces
Banjo-Kazooie.
of shit.
I never got to
Banjo-Kazooie.
play it.
Banjo Kazooie was a little bloated. It was
Well, I
kind of
mean,
a good game, but it was,
by
it
then-
was
that was a good
basically
game,
Mario
but yeah.
64 with
By
like
then-
weird shit.
By the time Banjo Kazooie came around, I was so burnt out. On
Yeah,
the
I was
system.
done with
I didn't
the
even.
whole console.
I didn't want to try anything new. I didn't care. It was just you keep letting me down. Nintendo.
I had jumped to
Yeah.
the fucking PlayStation.
Yeah,
by
Yeah,
then.
so did I. So did
I
I.
quit. The GameCube came out. I was like, I'm not buying this. And then RE4 came out for the GameCube. I was like, fuck that. RE4.
We
The
bought
series sucked.
RE4
The
and
series
never
always
bought a
sucked.
fucking GameCube.
Yes, I ended up purchasing RE4
After we learned that
after renting.
Resident Evil 4 was the first Resident Evil game that doesn't suck. And by the way, Cool Mod, the only Resident Evil games he likes are the first two.
Yeah, I have RE4 and I have the remake of 1 for the GameCube, and I like that quite a lot. The remade the one they redid.
Oh, you mean Resident Evil 0 or something? I forgot what the fuck it was. What was 0? They were trying to milk it so hard at that point, but they were also trying to recreate the success of 4, because 4 was like an actual action game for a change.
Yeah. 4 is a great game.
Yeah, because you can kick all sorts of... You can SWAT kick all the fucking doors in. You can blow them apart. It's fucking fantastic.
The GameCube had a few really good games.
Yeah, from what I hear. I kind of liked Mario Sunshine, but I still thought it was a giant step down from 64.
I mean, it still didn't have... It had about... Just the selection was shit for the GameCube.
Yeah, and the same for the N64. It didn't even have 10 good games. It had 9.
Like, because they kept going in ways, like, in the wrong, advancing games in the wrong direction. They're not joining us in Sun. And, like, that's why PlayStation destroyed them.
Yeah, because the PlayStation had more original, creative games, innovative games. Brave Fencer Musashi was better than pretty much every single other N64 game ever made.
Like, the PlayStation...
better than fucking Final Fantasy VII. Which
yes.
PlayStation was supposed to be done by Nintendo, but Nintendo said, nah, we don't like innovation, we don't like going
They would have had
the
to tie
direction.
in with too many other companies that would have had more rights over whatever, and Square was like, well, fucking, we want the right to put games on discs and shit, and N64 was like, nope, that would give developers too much freedom and too much space to put shit onto discs. We want to keep shit to these dumb cartridges.
Yeah, you're done, Nintendo.
Yeah, and Nintendo had small games, silly games, little games. And they couldn't have the space for big... They couldn't make games like fucking Symphony of the Night. Instead, their Castlevania's like one of the worst games ever.
That's
Oh,
right,
the Castlevania 64.
Mm-hmm.
It was
It was a disaster.
Which was in 3D. It was in 3D.
Because it had to be. They had no choice. Every game had to be 3D.
Every fucking game on the net. Why?
Yeah, they fucked that up. But
Fucking-
Symphony of the Night had beautiful graphics.
It still looks good today. It looks fine.
Yes. Because
It's
like
still the
hand-painted
basis for a
pixels.
lot of the fucking...
Oh yeah, they're still
a lot
reusing
of the
those
games.
assets. Yeah.
And it's the basis for Metroidvanias. The fucking Metroid basically took from what, or Castlevania took what they could from Metroid and turned it into like a new genre, kind of still based on Metroid. Super Metroid, of course, was a fucking a Super Nintendo game, and that was kind of that was about when the Super Nintendo was ending, and it was becoming terminally sunless.
Oh no, Super Nintendo was one of their early games. I mean, Super Metroid.
It was their second, yeah. Oh, well, I think it was like 90. Was it 91 or 92?
It was one of their very early games.
Or was it 93? I think it was a sort of a middle era game. It came out after a couple of years.
Oh, I thought it came out like after Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, it was after fucking Zelda 3. Zelda 3 was a very early game, and then Super Metroid came out like a year or two after that. I don't know.
I believe it was 90. I think you're right. I think it was 93.
Yeah, I think it was 93. And then there was 94 with Chrono Trigger, and they were still great games on the Super Nintendo. Great experiences, incredibly immersive, innovative, blah, blah, blah bullshit. And then N64 came out, and it had some great ideas, but there was only a couple games, and the rest of them were like, okay, how do we make this sheep farming fucking simulator? Just stupid, boring shit. I remember renting tons of N64 games, and they were terrible. Fucking the worst games ever made were on the N64.
Every single
like,
time.
Say Quest 64.
Quest 64 was the only RPG they had on the entire console.
I wanted so bad to like these games, and it was just such a shitty fucking letdown.
Turok was a shitty game totally, and I played it for like 100 hours. And it was just like
jumping puzzles.
Why?
Jumping puzzles where you have to.
Because I wanted to
sideways.
squeeze every bit of fun I possibly could out of it, but there really wasn't any fun. It was jumping puzzles where you couldn't look down. In order to jump, you had to hit like the top yellow button, which was retarded.
The fucking Killer Instinct 64 sucked. How the fuck do you do that?
Well, it's a fighting game, though.
How did
games suck?
Well, I really like Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct 1 was one of
yeah,
my
we owned that. I actually bought that game because there was no other N64 games to buy.
One of the few fighting games we actually played, but yeah, what a fucking letdown.
What a joke.
Fucking Paper Mario, great game. Fucking Mischief Makers, great game.
I never played the N64.
Yeah,
version of Paper Mario.
we sold our N64 by the time Paper Mario came out.
Yeah, it was pretty much dead by the time they
Yes.
got around to Paper Mario. Which
I
is
think
a
we
shame.
got Yoshi's Story, and it's like, oh, finally, something that's like Yoshi's Island, and then nope, not even close.
that was a platformer though, wasn't it?
But it was for fucking infants.
It was for babies, yeah.
Yes, which is insulting and embarrassing. The Super Nintendo was starting to do that at the very end with like Yoshi's Safari.
Yeah, they're
with
like, oh shit, we fucked up.
With
Make
that
platformers
fucking-
quick.
Remember that fucking the Super Scope 6? They had 2 games for it, and they sucked a fucking dick.
Yeah, and we actually
They were the
bought
worst
it.
games ever. Yeah, we
actually
bought one of
bought-
those fucking
we
pieces of
actually
shit.
bought them because it was like, oh man, it's like a bazooka. This is so awesome. But see, this is also back before the days of Steam, where you could fucking just pay fucking nothing.
Pennies.
$2 and get a game better than anything on the Super Nintendo. Better than the Super fucking Nintendo.
Yeah, fucking
Which
Castle
is-
in the Darkness is better than any. I would say I had more fun playing Castle in the Darkness than any N64 game.
Oh god, yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, that's not hard.
At least, at least for the value of the money.
Oh yeah, it was like $5, wasn't it?
Yeah, of like fucking tops, I think.
As
I
opposed
may
to
have gotten on
$70.
sale for like $250 or something. I don't even fucking know.
As opposed to $70 fucking for Blast Core. For Christ.
We had that game too.
So did I.
We had
That was
every
the game.
medal.
I think
We had every platinum medal except for one impossible fucking
it was
level.
one of
It was
the race
infuriating.
It was one of the fucking race missions on like Mars or something.
Fucking, we only played that game because we were just desperate to get some mileage
Yeah, exactly.
out of fucking
Yes.
We
N64.
just wanted something to do with our.
It would have
fucking
been
new
a really good
console.
$10 downloadable game that you play for like
Or
10 hours and throw
$5.
away. Yeah,
It would be
exactly.
$5, and then I'd still wait for it to go on sale on Steam. Still,
Fucking Mario 64. Where are my goddamn fire flowers? Where's my super mushroom? Where are they?
Well,
Why
can
would you
get
take
that
those
shit-
out?
You can get that shit on the fucking portable versions, of course, which is stupid that they save the good classic shit for the portables. It's like, why can't I just play it on my Wii?
They added those to Mario 64?
No, to fucking Mario, fucking new Mario Land. And shit.
Oh, but those are side scrollers. They're platformers.
yeah, yeah. So
They're
those
not.
are-
They're like Mario 64.
But then there's Mario Maker, of course, which is fucking like what?
which I do not count. As far as I'm concerned, the entire idea of platformers is dead to me.
They have both though. They had the side scrollers and they had the platformer, the 3D platformers. Both. There's Mario 3D Land and then Mario New Mario Brothers, both on the fucking portable. And it's like, why are these on the portable when I want to play them on an actual console, or at
Well, they
least
had
have the
the,
choice?
They did both platforms for, I think, 3D World or something like that.
But still, I mean, it's like fucking not. But here's the thing: if I buy one for the fucking 3DS, I have to re-buy it on the fucking console after that. It's retarded. You know what? I don't have to do that on Steam when the Steam fucking portable comes out. All the games I have on Steam, like Castle in the Darkness, fucking
Yeah, you already own
Cave
it.
Story Plus, all the games I already own. I just log into my account and fucking download them onto the portable. That's
You
how
just
it
shot
should
that
be.
guy's head off. Wow.
Did you blow a guy's head apart?
Blow his head apart.
Fuck.
Castle in the Darkness, it says is $6, but I would say it's worth 10 to me because
that
I
was
fucking
great.
I
Yeah.
beat the shit out of that game, and it's still not even that long, but it was fucking wonderful, wonderful.
It's not an easy game.
It's not easy, but the hardest parts are optional too.
No, that's a
But,
great game.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of people were aware of that game when it
Yeah, I
came
want
out.
more games like it. I just bought like another two Metroidvania games and a fucking It says I have 46.5 hours on record for Castle in the Darkness. That's how much I played it again. Or played all of it. But yeah, I got what's this other game that you just card farmed for me? Never Alone. Kissima Iniguchanuwa, fucking some shit like that.
What?
But it's supposed to be a Metroidvania where you play some fucking Eskimo with your dog, with your Kwai dog, going around fucking exploring some shit. trying to find some mystery of some shit. It's like, okay, it claims itself to be like a Metroidvania, so I will fucking buy it and play it.
I played Ori in the Blind Forest. It was very pretty. It's a Metroidvania.
Oh yeah, I heard that one was
It's very
is that any
pretty.
good?
Yeah, it was. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Because I think I own that. I don't know. No, you know what? I don't think I do. Here's another one called Elliot Quest, which is $10. It says that's a Metroidvania. Out there somewhere, Bunny Must Die, Chelsea and the Seven Devils, that kind of shit. All that shit's on my wish list, and I plan to get that at some point because it says they're like pixel art fucking Metroidvanias or something. Finding Teddy 2, it says Metroidvania. That kind of shit.
Where is your health bar
In what?
in Metal Gear
there
Solid
isn't
5?
There isn't one. Yeah, they ripped that off of the Call of Duty games.
Yeah, it's just regenerating health. Depending on your armor, you can fucking regenerate faster or have more defense or whatever the fuck.
You can
Alright.
wear heavy armor or you can wear your sneaking suit for better sneaking, that kind of shit.
That's a nitpick. That's me just being like, it's different now.
I
It
would
sucks
have
kind of thing.
preferred a,
I
I
don't
would
like
have
it when
preferred a
things are
health meter. It can be
Yeah.
really fucking hard sometimes to tell. Like all I know is once the sound blanks out, it's like, okay, I need to just start running.
Mighty Switch Force. Yeah, there's a lot of these games. That's one thing that really annoys me about Nintendo is that a lot of their games they force to be fucking exclusive, so you can't fucking play them on. Like they can't release them on PC unless they get some special like expiring deal, that kind of goofy ass fucking shit. And you know that kind of shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Tiny Barbarian DX. I hear this is a Metroidvania. It looks pretty cool. I also played that. What was that? Or Insanity's Blade. That game's more like a Splatterhouse kind of thing. But that's also kind of like a Metroidvania, vaguely, and it's really just retardedly violent. And that game was pretty decent. And all these games are on Steam for just fucking pennies. Not really pennies, but you know, for a tiny pittance. They charge more for Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2 and 3 on the fucking Virtual Console on Nintendo than these games are on fucking Steam that are modern but still like have that retro kind of shit to it. So they're new experiences, and they have like all of them have like RPG elements, very Metroidvania, where you can like upgrade your health max permanently and that kind of shit. Tiny Barbarian DX looks awesome, but it's like $10, and it's like, I know I can just wait for it to go on sale. Meanwhile, Nintendo, if they put something on sale, it's like $1 off of a game that's like $20.
And I'll never know because I'm not following the fucking Nintendo DS front end.
Yeah, I would have to
fucking
open it and wait for it to
social
load.
media program.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I fucking Mario 1 for the Virtual Console is like $5 or $6.
Yeah, it's retarded. It's retarded.
I'm sick of fucking Mario platform games. I'm sick of a lot of those platform games. I don't even like
Except
some
for
of the modern ones.
if it's going to be a platformer, it has to be a Metroidvania to me, and it has to be well designed. It can't just be a Metroidvania where it's like, here's a big area, we've added secrets, but we're not even going to tell you that they're in there. Like fucking Braid. Braid is a terrible game.
Oh my god.
But all it has going for it is that time travel mechanic that everyone was like, "Oh, this is incredible."
It's
but
stupid.
when you really, it's fucking stupid.
It's
Ain't no
stupid.
point to it.
It's the stupidest game ever.
It's the dumbest game ever. It's the dumbest shit ever. Ain't no point to it. But the fucking all you can do is time travel, and it has like painted graphics, and it's like, oh, it's beautiful, but it's like, no, I don't give a fuck.
It's really the actual
look
aesthetic.
beautiful to me.
Yeah, the actual aesthetic is very boring.
It's like lumpy and kind of dumb and gross.
It looks like crayons, for Christ's
Yeah.
sake.
Yeah, there's no art design. There is simply
Yeah, it's
no
just
art
like
design.
paint-ish.
People don't understand that.
Ain't just shit, but the actual game design of it is fucking even worse, because it's just like, okay, we threw some fucking here's some puzzle pieces.
Oh, but it's
Go
also
run
about
around and pick them
the
up.
nuclear war or something.
Yeah, it's a metaphor for the atomic bomb, which is the name of an achievement in some fucking other Steam game that's making fun of Braid.
Yeah, here it is. Super Mario Brothers, $4.99. No! I have it
I think
on
you
my
actually
fucking...
ended up buying Super Mario Brothers 3 for $5 or something, or was it $2.50 or something?
I got the fucking thing cartridge on my old NES. We probably paid $50 for the goddamn thing.
Yeah,
back in the
exactly.
day.
Fucking huge
Absolutely.
ripoff.
I remember once
They
getting in a
sued
very,
Nintendo for
very
that.
heated argument with my brother over either Star Tropics
It
or
was
Little Nemo.
Star Tropics and Little Nemo. We had a choice of one or the other, and we were screaming at each other in the middle of Toys R Us. I still have fucking anxiety attacks fucking remembering.
That's a no-brainer. You got to go with
Embarrassing
Little
shit is.
Nemo. You got to go with
We
Little
did, we
No,
did go
they
with Little
both
Nemo.
sucked. They
Oh,
both
shit.
sucked.
We got Little
We
Nemo
went with Little Nemo because we had not played it.
because it looked awesome. It was like, oh, that train level looks great.
Oh
But
shit!
the thing
No.
is, I wanted a game that would last us the year, and Star Tropics absolutely would have.
They
But
both did, but you know what? Really, I mean, Star Tropics probably was a better game for the time.
You know what?
But,
Little Nemo was probably a better game, and I think I was arguing for Star Tropics, though.
yeah, you were, and I was demanding Little Nemo, and I got my way.
Little Nemo is a very cute, very nicely, like, visually...
But you know
made
what I
game.
would have fucking preferred? Cave Story.
Yes, exactly. You know, I would preferred both of them for $0, which I have now.
Which we
I just
Cave,
have that.
Cave Story was originally free to fucking play.
Yep,
It still
Cave Story's
is.
better than both. Yes, Cave Story's
It still
absolutely...
is free to play, but if
It's
you
better
want
than both
to,
combined.
you can buy it on a few different fucking front ends.
And I have. I bought Cave Story on Steam, and I love it. I love replaying.
Also another spoiler, by the way, the Man on Fire is clearly Vulcan, and they admit to it later.
You
It's
called
Vulcan.
that at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
You were like, "Oh, it's Vulcan," and I'm like, "Okay, well, if you find out, let me know." And then I watched a cutscene where it's like after you beat Metal Gear Solid 5, you do like a second quest where you get some new quests and replay some of the game and some goofy ass shit like that.
Wait.
There's a
Vulcan-
mission where you
how-
get to the Burning Man and it's Vulcan.
How did Vulcan switch between thunder powers and now he's got fire powers?
Well, he's technically dead. It's
Well, sure, but
they infected his corpse with parasites, like
Of
the
course,
skull.
yeah, it's like the nanomachines of Metal Gear Solid 4, where it just explains everything, even shit that it obviously could never.
I still have no idea who the floating boy is supposed to be. I assumed it was
I think
Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, I think it's Psycho Mantis. I think it's just Psycho Mantis.
what? No.
But the
Now
thing
it's
is,
Mantis, but
Christ.
who's the kid Eli?
if
That's
it is
Liquid
Psycho
Snake.
Mantis, I think he actually has a completely different backstory.
They actually spell out that Eli in the game is Liquid Snake.
Yeah.
He's like a 6-year-old Liquid Snake.
Although there's then a cutscene where it's like, oh, he's not related to you at all, big boss. We did the DNA test, even though it's new technology. It's so new. The DNA test is such new technology, nobody knows about it yet.
This thing
You
is,
just
is
did it,
this thing is like twice the size of Metal Gear Rex too.
Yeah.
How the
You mean
fuck?
the Sahelanthropus?
Sahelanthropus.
I kind of
It's
like
way
though,
more agile too.
in order to kill him though, you can just use any gun. You just spray him.
It has a Rex mouth though.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
to be continued. Fuck
Yeah, again.
you, game.
Fuck you, Rick Berman.
Fucking.
He's really is the Yui Bowl of fucking video
Yes.
writing,
Yes. Fucking
and he's the Michael Bay of video game cutscene direction.
And
He's
no
a
one over
hack.
there is gonna tell him, like, look, Kojima, this is dumb. These parasites are dumb. This doesn't fit with Metal Gear.
I think it's
Yeah,
not.
don't
not
focus
just
on
because they
this.
don't want to offend him and they don't want to. They're Japanese and don't want to offend each other, but it's also because they don't know any better and because they see auteurs as having free
Well,
reign over
I
everything.
mean, if you've seen, I fucking reblogged some of the fucking animated GIF sequences, or it wasn't on shitty webcomics, but I've seen them where, like, people are saying to Kojima, like, why are you making Raiden so fucking gay? Why are you doing all this gay shit? And Kojima's like, fuck you, we're doing it. And it's like, and then Kojima's saying this like, yeah, I showed them, didn't I? They fucking thought they were gonna fucking prove me wrong. And it's like,
Oh my
He is
god,
one.
he is
that
the
was
Uwe Boll
stupid.
of
Yes.
fucking
Yes.
video games. Oh my
yes.
god.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the
Holy
fanboys,
shit.
except everyone turns on Yui Bowl or Uwe Boll, whatever the fuck. But they're like, oh, the Uwe Boll guy, he's a stupid idiot, right? And everyone laughs and pats each other on the back. But then they turn to Hideo Kojima, who is the exact same in every way, and like, he's brilliant.
Hideous Cuck.
Because look at this scene where Quiet's fucking cunt flaps are visible through her fucking panties, but then she kicks a guy in the dick, and they're like, oh, she's a great, strong female character.
I mean, the parasites are like midichlorian level stupid.
Yes, that's what they are. They're midichlorians.
It does not fit with the Metal
Call
Gear
them
Solids.
midichlorians, don't call them parasites. That's what they are. They give her the power of the Force, and she even has Force Run and Force Jump.
At least it looks better than the prequels.
Yeah, visually. And it has more sexy objectification.
A low
hot
bar
rape,
indeed.
as Hot Rape and Riona, which is
It
great.
has a cute little dog in a sneaking suit. It's adorable.
A little dog that you want to ejaculate onto its paws. The dog is so cute.
Shit.
It's only natural that one would want to ejaculate onto its paws.
They fucking talk, they talk way too much about the cuteness, the awesomeness of puppy dog paws.
The paw
It's
pads.
borderline fur fag.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yes, there's I saw the actual conversations that the characters have in the game about the awesomeness of puppy paw
NPCs
pads.
specifically on the base. They'll just chat amongst themselves, and that's one of the conversations they have right after you rescue the fucking dog as a puppy.
Okay,
So,
there's a game called Eversion, which is a 2D platformer, and one of the achievements in it is called Metaphor for the Atomic Bomb, which is making fun of Braid.
Is that
Because-
really what the fucking braid is about, though?
Yeah, that's what Braid is about, because if you have to get like all of the you have to get all of the secret stars, which are it's not even hinted at that it exists in the game. And one of them you have to get by like standing on a platform for 2 hours, and only then will it show up. And some of them are completely invisible; you can't fucking actually see them to find
That's
them.
gay.
Yes, and so when you get all of them, you get a secret ending where it turns out that all the game's story was about the making of the atomic bomb. And so that's why you're doing this guy where you're just jumping around as this guy fucking traveling through time. It's just really stupid. It's really, really pretentious. It's the most pretentious game ever until like Fez.
I don't think Oppenheimer was doing any platforming when he made the
No,
atomic bomb.
he wasn't jumping around on platforms, traveling through time, or any of that shit. It's just really
pretty
dumb.
Sure. You better not, Braid. We better not.
We better not. But because no one said that, we have braid.
Yes.
Someone in Japan needs to grow a pair of balls and say, no, we're not doing that. Somebody.
But they're not. But
Tell
it's their
Kojima.
culture. It's like it's saying somebody in the Middle East should stop chopping clits.
We can't do that. Allah will be unhappy.
It goes against the exact teachings of the Quran. And fucking the Quran says that all Middle Eastern Arabic countries must be run by Islamic law, or else they are being against the fucking Quran and must be put to the sword and killed. It's part of their fucking teachings. The religious teachings is that the entire region must be owned by Islamic law. Religious law. And the religious laws are just fucking batshit. It's like fucking this parasite shit with the goofy ass. It's like Metal Gear Solid rules where it's just fucking out of the fucking gourd. They're out to fucking lunch.
Oh my god, Muhammad's midichlorian count was so high.
He has the highest
Holy shit.
midichlorian count of even Master Yoda. That's so fucking. That's just embarrassing that he put that in. And again, no one questioned fucking George fucking Orwell, whatever the fuck. Not George Orwell, but that dumb. Thank you.
Lucas, that pursuit chinless git.
Yes.
I can't help but wonder how that can possibly be. That nobody said, like, that doesn't sound like a very good idea,
I think
George.
they were
midichlorian
either too
shit.
afraid, or anyone who did actually say no probably got fucking blown the fuck out.
I mean-
Rick McCullum, Rick Berman, fuck you, Rick
Fuck
Berman.
you, Rick Berman.
He clearly does not look happy there.
No.
He looks bewildered when you.
Well,
see
how
his
can
face.
that be? He's got to have been around when that scene was filmed, for Christ's sake. Like, what the, George, what are these medic... What? What are these metachlorians, George? Oh, That's how they interpret the use of the. George, we need to take the metachlorians out of this movie. No, see, because it's like the
It
poetry.
explains
so
how
they
the
rhyme.
Force works. People want to
Explains-
see
yeah.
how the Force
It's like poetry.
so
It
that it
rhymes.
rhymes.
It's like each stanza rhymes. And hopefully it'll make sense.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
We can't.
hopefully
We can't
you'll
remove
be
it, but
coming
we
out of your coma.
It's
It's
stylistically
stylistically
designed to be like that. We can't remove it, but we can lessen its effects.
Christ almighty.
Here's something that I just saw retweeted by Bosch Faustin.
Oh, that guy, that one guy.
But
That-
it was
that one
retweeted
guy.
by him. But it's a nice little thing because the war on terror. But what's inside that? Sharia law. What's inside that? Jihad. What's inside that? Islam.
Oh my God!
Well, is
You
it like
keep
Russian
missing
nesting?
the target.
Yes, you keep missing the target.
I will retweet it
Yes,
because
because
it
it's
makes me happy.
just fuck you, Islam. Basically, Islam is, and that's one thing that no one wants to even acknowledge. That Islam pretty much is where terrorism comes from. Christians can do it too, but really, who owns it?
Well,
is
is it that
Christians
Craig
have done
called
it
them
too, like the
terror
shit that happens
scum?
in Ireland. Yeah,
Terror
Terror
scum
scum.
or Tursku.
they're
Kursk,
fucking
for
Christian
sure.
terrorists in Ireland. It's not like it's
Yes.
exclusive to
They're
Islam.
Catholics.
For the moment, Islam is the big one, so we should
Yes,
probably.
Islam's definitely a way bigger problem.
But that's the thing is
than,
that people act like, well,
Irish
Islam is the
terrorists.
real, Islam is the terrorist, which is absolutely true. They're the most terroristic. It's built into their religion, but it doesn't mean that Christianity's innocent. It doesn't
Sure.
mean therefore Christianity's innocent. No.
Like
Fuck
people
no.
say that like it shuts down your argument. Like no, that just kind of proves it. Like it's religion in general. That
retarded.
fucking this
Take
is what
it to the zoo, Rock. Take it to the zoo.
I watched fucking Rambo like a couple weeks ago.
That's it. Wait, Rambo 1 or First Blood Part 2 or what?
First Blood 1. I watched First Blood 2 and I was. Ugh.
Yeah, the second movie's actually just kind of it's weird because there's a couple great parts, but the rest of it's really kind of bland and dumb.
It's very
I
silly.
actually read the book version, or I didn't read the book version, but somebody had it, and I skimmed through the beginning where the author's talking about, at the end of the first story originally, he dies, so having him have to come back for a
Doesn't make
second
much-
book.
Oh, you mean the book
Kinda
version
doesn't
of
make
fucking
much
First
sense.
Blood Part 2?
Yeah, exactly. Basically,
Oh,
all I
shit.
did was read where he's...
Yeah, and they had that at the
Fucking-
like I really liked First Blood. I thought it was a great movie because
It's
it's
pretty good, yeah.
I mean, it's not really like an action movie. It's a movie about this fucking the town's like, ooh, you're from Vietnam.
Yeah, kind of like Rocky's not really a boxing movie, it just happens to have boxing in it.
Yes.
Or
But
like
although really,
Barton Fink isn't a wrestling movie.
yes,
It happens
exactly.
to be about a guy writing a movie about wrestling.
But yeah, I mean, Rocky's more of a boxing movie than even Raging Bull. But they both feature it, and it's about the characters and and it works, I think. But yeah, First Blood is it's a cool
Stylistically
movie.
designed to be that way.
Yes. But yeah,
What I
and then
liked in First Blood was like there was like the rookie fucking cop who's like enthralled by like, holy shit, he's a fucking badass. We're gonna die, you guys. He's just like delighted that they're all gonna get fucking murdered by this psycho out in the woods.
you can't believe. It's great. It's wonderful.
He's not too happy when he falls. He gets nailed in the legs by the spike trap, though. I think that was him. He's not too happy then.
But yeah, the original ending of that movie was that Colonel Troutman shoots him to death.
Which, you know what? I kind of like that. That would have worked.
Yeah, that would be cool. But then you could have Rambo 4, which is a great fucking movie.
Yeah,
I haven't
better
seen
than
that
the
yet.
movie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Is it really good? How can it be good? Like,
If you've never seen dinner plate-sized holes blasted through people before in a movie,
what?
You know,
Oh,
fucking
it's-
with people being turned
it's-
into pate. You know what really sold me on the movie itself
the guy
was
bonks
actually
his head.
a
proper
review by this British blog just talking
bonks.
about
Very obscure. It's
watching
called
the
like
trailer. They're
two
watching the
angry
trailer
blokes or some
reviewing.
shit.
Yeah, the blog is dead now, as far as I know.
for years.
But they're just talking about how they're the kind of sick cunt who goes and tries to find the part in what was it, Ghost or
No, it was The Crow, where Brandon Lee blows his own head off.
my
It's like,
god.
I fast forward to that part, but I'm a bit of a cunt. Like,
Holy shit. So it's good. It's really like
oh, it's a
really?
Really
fantastic. If
fucking
you
good.
love seeing people get blown apart, oh, it's fucking wonderful.
Is fucking Colonel Troutman in it? 'Cause I
No,
like
no.
that guy.
Well, he's been dead, I think.
Oh,
Like,
really? I like that
Crenna-
guy.
I
He's
think
cool.
Richard Crenna's been dead since the 90s. But yeah, I mean, this movie's from only a few years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
I didn't want to
it's-
see it because I was like, really? I kind of want to see it.
Alright, where's the fucking... Yeah, it looks like
That's
the
the
actual...
thing, as well as Rocky Balboa, it's like there's no reason for a sequel except that he really just wanted to make one, and he fucking did a great job with it.
Shit, I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Okay, wait, is this...
But yeah, he turns this 50 cal machine gun on
Yeah,
a bunch of murdering that's also kind of the
Burmese
message.
Panthers was going... The Burmese Panther was going to put his chinky baby carrot dick into her holy white cunt, and then he gets fucking
Oh, yeah,
turbo
especially
Rambo'd.
Oh, shit.
Turbo
Here, this, I found it.
Ramboned.
It's still up. The blog's dead, but the fucking...
That's right.
Here, from
I know he
2007.
saved the page because it was so
yes,
brilliant.
I saved the actual page.
Oh my god, look at his bloated face with his
Yes.
fucking mullet. Oh,
That's a little fucking squished. The
That's
actual
very
picture squished.
that's very upsetting.
It's like flamethrowers are epic
Well, he's-
weaponry.
he's-
They're like fire extinguishers in reverse. This is a review of just the trailer back when it was just called John Rambo
Yeah,
before
the
they
red,
changed it
the
to
red
Rambo.
band trailer.
Oh shit! When oh my god, that picture of he vaporizes. Oh my god! I need
Yeah.
to watch this now.
Yeah, it's a
That
great.
was
It's
just-
the
that
most
was the
violent.
trailer.
It's more violent. It's like the Passion of the Christ. It's on
Oh,
that
shit.
level of brutality. It really is. It's more violent than Passion of the Christ because you see people get blown apart into
Who's he
giant
fighting?
chunks.
Is it Vietnam again?
No, it's he's in Cambodia, wasn't it? Or he was in Burma.
They're Burmese, I know that.
Yes, and
So
it's like
kind
it's about the sort of
surrounded-
current Burmese genocide that was actually going on at the time, that kind of shit.
Which nobody's doing anything about.
Yeah,
except
but
Rambo.
but you throw Rambo in there, and all of a sudden it's just a fucking war zone. It's a pretty good movie, though. It's surprising because there's a lot of other characters in it who are interesting. There's like it's a bunch of mercenaries. One of them's like former SAS, and he's a cunt to everybody.
And
And-
he's shit talking about the God Squatters. These fucking God Squatters think they're gonna go and change the world.
Yeah, because what happens is these people, including Dexter's girlfriend from the TV show Dexter, is part of these Christian missionaries, not mercenaries. They're Christian missionaries who are like bringing food and Bibles and medical assistance to the Karen rebels in Burma or some shit. And they're like, we're helping these people out, teaching them to read. And it's like, and Rambo's like, you only get guns, you're not gonna change anything, that kind of shit. So he's a hard cunt like that. But then they get kidnapped because they're holy white people get kidnapped by the Burmese Panthers, and fucking, and then so some guy comes in, he's like, I've hired a bunch of mercenaries, but we need you, Rambo, because you drove the boat. And Rambo's like, don't do anything anymore. It's like, all we need you is to just drive the boat and find him, show him where you dropped him off so that the mercenaries can do stuff. And he's like, okay, whatever. So these mercenaries go there, and they're a bunch of scumfuck goofballs, weirdos, and but they're okay people, I guess. But but they're fucking shit talking Rambo. And like the fucking SAS British guy is just the biggest dick. He's like, this fucking God Squatters, they fucking think Jesus is gonna help them, but who do they come to save them? The devil. And he like points to himself like he's the ultimate badass.
He actually looks at Rambo. He's like, you could drop the 1,000-yard stare. I've seen it all before, and I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
It's like he's talking to Rambo like that. You
I have got to
motherfucker.
see this movie.
Yeah.
And then the fucking, I don't even want to spoil some of my favorite parts. My
Oh, yeah.
favorite parts of the movie.
We went to see this in the theater because this movie just looks sick. I gotta see this in the theater.
I want to support this movie with my money.
Yeah, so I actually had like a headache going in because it was like, I think allergies or something. So I kind of had a headache. But when the 1,000-pound bomb goes off, my headache instantly cured.
No, It's a 2,000-pound
Yeah,
bomb.
that's right. It was a ton.
Shit.
It was like a dud that dropped in. They like, oh, they dropped this 2-ton bomb in World War II, but didn't go off, so it's just sitting there. And Rambo like keeps a mental note of it, and it's like Chekhov's gun. It gets used later.
Chekhov's
just
bomb.
Yeah, it's like- it was like-
2,000-pound bomb.
It was like a mushroom cloud that flattens like a forest, and you see
Holy
it
shit.
in the movie.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's
It's
one
so
of the
great.
few CGI special effects. There's a
lot of digital
CG
blood
There's a lot of digital blood, but I think they
But there's also
actually,
digital gore where he like
This is
stabs
where it
his
gets
fucking
weird.
giant knife.
This is where it gets weird. He actually fucking the Red Band trailer is actually more violent and gory than the whole movie.
There is a part
Because
where
the movie, the
it's
gore is
like a
actually
stamp up.
blurred out.
There's also this part in this Two Angry Men blogspot fucking review of the Rambo trailer where there's like, here's a picture of some guy who like falls and it says, this man totally bonks his head off this post. It looks like it really hurt. I laughed. Of course, they're all supposed to be hurt, but this extra actually looks like he proper hurt himself. Yes, I am that sick cunt who spent hours skipping through The Crow to find the bit where he blew his own head off. And then
Did they have to give him the fucking goofy long hair bandana look? Really?
He's Rambo. He had long hair in
Rambo.
He's like
What are you
70
talking?
years old. He's all fucking
Yeah.
What are you
bloated
talking about?
looking.
He's Rambo. What else
And,
would
like,
you expect him to be?
The thing is in the first movie, he's not really a hero. He's kind of a dick a little
he's
bit.
kind of a kind of nutty. He's kind
Just
of
a bit nuts, yeah.
But then their bigger dicks to him is the point, and he gives them more that they can't believe.
And
I
it was
suppose-
actually an allegory for like the returning soldiers, just the way the country,
Yeah.
the anti-war crowd especially treated the returning soldiers, spitting on them, calling them baby killer.
The spitting thing, I had heard that didn't actually happen.
Yeah, you know what? I heard that people
I-
tried to verify. They wanted to actually verify that story, and they couldn't. And
I have no problem believing that happened.
Yeah,
just
I believe
because
it anyways. I believe in it.
Liberalism, leftism is based in. I mean, look at feminism.
Leftism treats the
Look at
treated
feminism. It's
fucking
based
better
entirely
like
on
that anyways.
hatred.
It's such an odd thing too. These people, like, you're trying to end the war because you don't want to be drafted because you don't want to fucking be there. So what are you giving these people shit for? They didn't ask to be
Yeah,
there. They
exactly.
were fucking drafted.
They pro-
So
Or
They're
even
like,
if they
"We're
did
against the
ask to
war,"
be
but
there,
Yeah,
it's not. They're
it's because
literally
they hate the
calling them
military.
baby killers.
They
Yeah.
see the military as
They hate
patriarchal
America.
and manly.
Toxic masculinity.
like these people coming home are victims. They didn't ask
Yeah,
to fucking be
exactly.
there.
But then they have no sympathy for them because they're men. Men are disposable, even to the
Well,
feminist.
I remember reading a blog, and again, you know, it's reading a blog, so take that with
blog.
fucking as many grains of salt as you fucking need. But he was talking about how he had that happen to him. He enlisted, you know, he came back. He talks about how the stereotype of the traumatized veteran of Vietnam is like, you know, is a bunch of shit, basically.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, we're talking about an entire fucking generation that was drafted and sent to war or otherwise fucking enlisted.
His idea.
Oh,
that
I thought you meant that that it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, his point was that like the Vietnam vets weren't all psychopaths. That
Yeah.
there were some
Yeah.
people who were traumatized and had bad.
Yeah, if you've ever seen
PTSD.
a single Vietnam War movie,
Yeah, they're all basically fucking PTSD in the making. They're all going to become psychopathic murderers. All the fucking villains in most Hollywood movies are fucking Vietnam vets. All that kind of shit. They're all crazy. They're all mercenaries. They're all mass murderers. That kind of shit. Every day was another Me Lie. That kind of shit. Also in this review, though, someone mentions the fucking part where he's gonna stick his chinky baby carrot dick into her cunt, holy white cunt. But it says, "I'm as much of a fan of a bit of innocent rape as the next man. Sorry, we call it surprise sex. But this guy is asking for trouble. Evil rapists in films always get the best deaths. This fucko is going to get turbo Rambo'd."
Oh shit!
And then yeah, the
which
next
he
part.
sure enough does.
Rambo rips the guy's throat out with his bare hands.
What?
It's
All right.
fucking, and it's just ridiculous.
Close up on
Sold.
the viscera.
Yes,
Yes,
this
exactly.
ripped open throat.
Bare-handed.
Exactly.
You sold me. I gotta see it.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. He also kills a guy with a bow and arrow so hard that the guy explodes.
No.
And it's not an
Seriously?
exploding arrow. Well, what happens is, at the beginning, the fucking evil Burmese guys are taking the Karen rebels and fucking being like... They go into these rice paddies, these muddy rice paddies, and they take a bunch of landmines and pull the pins on them and throw them into the water, and then they're like... Okay, Karen Rebels, run across the rice paddies, and it's like a game. They're taking bets on it and shit, and people are running across and getting just blown up into red chunks everywhere.
Yes.
And so, and that's the beginning, and it's like, haha, they're laughing about all the people and then when they get to the other side, they're like, okay, now you got to run back, and anyone who doesn't run back gets shot, and then whoever survives, I guess, is the winner. Who probably just gets raped and murdered then. But later they do that again, and fucking Rambo's there. You don't know that Rambo's there, that's kind of spoilers. But Rambo shows up and fucking starts blasting them with bow and arrows. And one of the fucking evil Burmese guys, like, gets hit with a bow in the leg, and he's limping along. And then he gets hit with one more arrow that sends him flying into the water, and he hits a mine and just explodes. And so it's like, holy shit, Rambo just blew that guy up with a fucking arrow. A regular arrow, not an exploding arrow like in Rambo 2, but a regular arrow.
Most especially, you're not mentioning the part where the arrow goes through the fucking back of his head,
Oh,
busts out his teeth.
Yes, busts his teeth out and sticks out his mouth. It's incredible. It's fucking just... And then at the end,
It's
which
fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, fuck, the other Rambos weren't that gruesome.
Yeah, they were boring.
Exactly.
The other Rambos were boring and not really that violent.
Boring and old.
Yes.
Damn.
This is more
What
like...
changed? What? Why do you want to make it that
I
gruesome?
think what happened was the first 20 minutes of Saving Private Ryan. And
Yeah.
that's basically, this movie is like a 90-minute version of that, except even more just ridiculously over-the-top violent.
The whole fucking ending scene is just like, it's one battlefield with Rambo, Karen Rebels, fucking SAS guy.
Burmese Panther,
fucking-
mercenaries, and the fucking mercenaries are all
the
fucked up.
Christian fucking faggots.
Oh yeah,
the God
what was
squatters.
that comic? Was it Buttersafe or fucking three-word phrase or Space Avalanche that
Something
was
like that,
that did a comic about Rambo, and it was like, it was let me find it because it's just so perfect. It's a sum up of why the Rambo 4 movie is great.
Oh, nice. S rank.
Actually, I have to take off soon.
It's not fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
should wrap
I've
this
been
up.
sitting
but,
here for like 4 fucking hours.
well, I think it was Space Avalanche. Wait, yeah, wait. It's this Rambo 4. This is a different one. Holy shit.
What? You better reblog it then to
This is
fucking
a
blog.
different- Well, this is a different version. This is like a longer version. This is a longer version. I prefer the shorter version, but this one is even more violent. Here it says Rambo 4. This was drawn in 2012. Good for this be reasonable. And it's fucking
Melty face.
yeah. Look at his giant face.
His
and
melty
giant,
old face.
We're gonna take the woman and we're gonna rape her and kill her. Oh yeah, and he just blows these people apart with fucking just shooting them. This is pretty much what the movie's like. You're a killer, Rambo.
Killer
and killing-
Rambo.
and killing is wrong. It says so in the Bible, and then an hour and 249 bodies later, he's beating a guy to death with a rock.
Is that in the movie? Does he do that?
Yes.
Yes,
It
that
literally-
actually happens in the movie.
Literally happens. That is, it's not a hyperbole for the purpose.
Where's the original?
for the sake of
Alright,
the
I have
comic.
the original version saved. Let me send it over Skype.
See, I would prefer that this particular rock-killing character die slow and horrible just so he
Yes.
knows the horror of his error before
yeah,
he
but
dies.
instead he beats a guy's fucking head in with a rock. It's still pretty good. Pretty.
I'll allow it.
The point is that he is forced to. He's just a big pussy, but then he's forced to kill somebody. The tagline
big
from the
Christian
movie is,
faggot.
"When you're pushed, killing is as easy as breathing," which I definitely
Yeah, it's a big
believe.
catchphrase.
Let's
And
say
then
feminists
just
have
the
been pushing
mad-
us for a while.
the fucking mad pussy he'll get after the rock killing. You guys, I get so much pussy now.
He probably
Jesus loves you.
wouldn't be like, whoa, you beat someone to death with a rock? My slime hole is getting all gooey now.
Alright, I've got to go.
Hold on,
Time
let
to
me,
go.
before you do, let me just, I know I have this in my fucking webcomics folder. Let me just find this one. It's like the original version of that comic, and I know it's in here. How many fucking 205 fucking pictures? I will find it. Just give me a fucking... Oh, here's a bunch of Zen Pencils edits. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Now here's that fucking... We're lesbians.
Hasbians.
Lesbian until graduation.
Lesbianism is always temporary.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking doesn't exist.
they
And all
find-
women are inherently bisexual.
Until they find a man who's rich enough,
Yes.
alpha enough.
Be sure to take me seriously, listeners.
Yes.
At all times.
Where the fuck is this? I bet this is at the fucking bottom. Ah, fuck. Still trying to scroll through this shit. This shit.
What else do we want to maybe talk about?
Oh, fucking that Ta-Nehisi Coates guy who's writing Black Panther.
What kind of name?
Why
what
are they
kind of
making
silly
this
made-up name is that?
It's
not a
yeah.
real
His
name.
dad was his dad was an actual Black Panther. A
You
black.
mean the
supremacist.
actual racist who's writing this movie? That
Yes.
is
Well,
the
it's a
black person
comic. He's gonna write the
racist.
comic from now on. Here it is. So where the fuck is that? Oh, it's just called Rambo.
Could you maybe find a black guy to write it if you have to, who's not
A black guy
racist?
who's not retarded. At least. Give me
Like,
that
if
much
we
at
have
least.
to, if we have to be so PC as to,
Nope.
well, of course, a white person can't write Black Panther.
Yeah, that's racist. It's depriving a shitty
It
inferior
would be
black
like
person.
having a woman.
Yeah, this
Why
version
the
is
male
here.
character?
Here, I submitted this, and this version is better, like as drawn, because when he's beating a guy to death with a rock, he's like in a fucking trance,
Right.
and that's the whole page, as he just beats a guy to death with a
I
rock.
love fucking Rambo's
Yes.
melted fucking face.
Yes, his melted, and then his torso is like whiter than the entire panel. He like can't fit. It's just like wearing a giant black shirt.
See, this movie sounds just like so silly and fun.
It's great. It's wonderful, 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 wonderful. It's it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Fucking, but yeah, it's a very highly entertaining movie. Extremely violent, retardedly violent, unnecessarily violent. People just getting blown into salsa, just splattering across the windows.
You'll be hungry for pate after this movie.
Yes, you'll be hungry for salsa, pate, and all that shit.
Well, I will watch it and get back to
Absolutely, yeah. It's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure. The
Is
whole
it really?
thing's- Yeah, it should be on Netflix streaming.
Well, alright then, I'll go watch it.
It's really the only Rambo movie worth watching, aside from First Blood, but it's a very different movie. Because First Blood is like a movie about, this, he's just he's a drifter and he's sad.
Oh, Rambo 1 has shit to say, blah blah blah.
Yeah, Rambo fucking Rambo is just fucking wall-to-wall people getting blown apart.
Do they have, like, from Rambo 2, the goofy fucking, did they have a fucking anti-war message at the end of the movie?
No, it's
Fuck
completely pro-war. It's war, fuck yeah, war. It's fantastic. That's pretty much what the message of the movie is. War is
Alright.
justified. That's what its message is.
Oh
Alright, we
shit!
should wrap this up.
I just exfiltrated. You might want to know about this. Oh shit! I think I just got an S rank. They're gonna tell stories about that. Yep. Fuck yeah. I just exfiltrated. Tell me if you see it. Tell
I'm
me
not
if you
watching
see
this.
how I did it. Oh great.
You were on
Fuck
top
you.
of the thing when it wormholed.
Oh, it's just that.
Yeah, it actually gave me the option, and last time I tried this, I noticed the option, but I was too late for it.
First? Holy
It gives
shit.
you the option to exfiltrate anything you're Fultoning.
Does that mean you can just ride it with it?
Yeah, which it actually says in the fucking mission thingy.
It's pretty cool.
Wait, mission list. What the fuck is it called? Extraordinary. No, wait, that's not it. Cursed Legacy. Fuck. Fulton extracting container. Yeah, the mission is to Fulton extract 2 containers full of research materials. Completed the mission by riding a Fulton extracted container out of the hot zone.
Is that an achievement?
No, it's a mission task.
Oh.
These wormholes sure won't give you cancer at all.
I was just like the
Well,
fucking...
well, they're Japanese wormholes, so
It's
they're
like,
clearly better than everyone
I'm
else's
sorry, the
wormholes.
time beam will give you cancer. And it's like, oh no, how long does it have to be shined in my eyes to give me cancer? It's measured in milliseconds, or was it microseconds? But you might want to see a doctor. It will probably be a malignant brain tumor.
Which was
I'm pretty
Aquatine?
upset about the cancer.
Was Aquatine?
No, that was half in the bag.
I just saw that a few days ago.
Yeah,
too.
it's in the Mike best of for half in the bag. If you watch it, I'm sure it's in there. But Jay is pretty funny where he goes, pretty upset about the cancer. and Mike's like, I'm sorry about that, by the way. But they were going to use the time beam. I don't know how without giving them cancer, but they were going to use travel back in time before the VCR was stolen.
Oh yeah, the latest half in the bag had that fucking fat beard guy again. I can't.
Oh, you mean the
stand
best
him.
of the worst?
Yeah, best of the worst. Sorry.
Best of the worst.
Fucking.
All right, yeah, I need a break.
Speaking of fucking not telling people when something's bad, don't let him on there anymore. Please.
You know, I don't mind him that much, but yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of his, I guess.
Basically, I want Mike, J, and Rich.
And
Yes.
Jess, their girlfriend, she's cool.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's cool, although actually, I have to say that the Jack guy, I at first it was like, oh, this fucking look at
Dude,
this
who's this fucker?
bald.
He's not bad
hipster.
either.
He's
He's
fuck
he's
butt
actually-
5,000. He can stay.
yeah.
Yes,
You know what?
yes.
I didn't know that he was
He's one of
fuck
the he's
5,000.
one of the funny guys. If you watch the Best of the Worst,
They all
he
are.
make-
They're great.
He
Great
makes some
pals.
good. Also, those 2 guys from Canada.
Oh yeah, the last half of the last Best of the Worst with them, with the Will the Worst and them, was so fucking great. And it's usually Will the Worst is painful to watch, but that one was so fucking great. I loved that.
That's great.
And
They're
there's
great. I
Elway's
look
soul
forward.
is dead.
I look forward to every one of their. I look forward to every single one of their fucking videos now.
Yes,
Especially
I
since our
celebrate their
blog
book.
is dead. Honestly, our blog gave me a lot of shit to spend time on, and now I don't have any of that.
Well, now I have something else to do,
Oh shit! Architect, achievement unlocked. Architect.
Shit.
I got all the mother base struts.
By the way, I showed a Forge, and I showed it to you too. The new Clumsor page. That's
Yeah. Which is
of
great.
Kill Everything, which is just
ballistic tits.
Ballistic.
One ballistic. They are absolutely ballistic. Tits.
Ballistic.
But also, you mentioned her fucking her hips, like her thighs, fucking fantastic.
It
I don't know,
is.
I
It's
like
one
the
of
way
his.
he draws women.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
one of his best drawings.
He's
Ever.
fucking Clumsor's great, and like her abs. I was mentioning just all the twisted shit I want, and I said I would want to lick her abs and thighs, and you said hopefully when clean, and I said no, when filthy. I want to clean her like a filthy animal,
Oh
like
my
a
God.
filthy animal.
Nasty.
I would lick every inch of this woman.
Jesus Christ. On that note, it's time to go.
Yeah, we'll wrap
It's
up on that
time
mentioning
to go.
fucking. Clumsor deserves a lot of fucking. He did this just on his own too. I shouldn't even be mentioning that he did this for free because I want to give him some money anyways. But he just fucking.
But we
spent
don't
this
have
out.
any.
Yeah, we don't
have any.
Especially now with the
have any.
Patreon sunk below like $30 or something,
Patreon
and I'm going to shut it
that's-
down.
Yeah,
Fucking
fucking
after
yeah.
this one.
That's one of the other big tragedies.
You
is that
could
we're
do the
getting a lot less money.
Patreon for these podcasts. Like,
But well, I know we mentioned that we would, but it's like
We could.
here's the
you know,
thing.
we really need the money. Honestly.
We do,
We need the
but
fucking
as you know, Forge, I've been working on something else. Basically,
something special.
yeah, taking this shit to the next level.
Wicked
That's
wick.
my plan.
It's gonna be great.
My dick. It's gonna be great.
It's
But
gonna-
yeah, that is I'm working on that, and I consider it more important than fucking shitty webcomics ever was. Even though shitty webcomics was great only because it was just our opinions, which are great. Our opinions are great.
Incorrect.
Yes, our opinions are great, correct. We're very red sunglasses. We've swallowed the red sunglasses.
We are here to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Yes, and we're all bubblegum. Fucking yeah,
totally
but
out
that's
of
what the
bubblegum.
blog was. It was just our opinions. That's it.
And look how people are still like reeling. They just don't know
Yep.
how to fucking
They don't know how to
comprehend
manage it.
They don't know how to comprehend it, and they don't know how to comprehend our loss.
They're still fucking punch
Yeah.
drunk.
It
from
does
the
seem like
existence.
there's quite a large void where shitty webcomics used
There
to be.
certainly is. Someone linked to those archived pages, like of one of our Ask blocks, and I was reading through it, and I was like, "Wow, this is really fun and entertaining to read." It sucks that our blog's gone. Well, it won't have that shit no more.
Well,
Who do you have to blame for that?
Kate Leth, well,
Kate
basically
Leth.
feminism. I don't even blame Kate Leth because she's just a fucking proponent.
Is she a victim of modern feminism?
She's a victim of the modern age. Poor girl.
Poor this poor child.
Poor girl.
She will not be joining us in Sun.
No, she's terminally sunless. She's clinically gormless.
she's
A
lost the
clinical
sun.
lack of gorm.
She's lost the sun. She's come undone.
It's come and done.
Oh my goodness. Goodbye.
All right, goodbye, Jews.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, Jews.
Juice.
Bye,
Juice.
Jews.
Juice.
Juice. Zionist juice. Did you shut down yet?
No. Oh. Did I?
Yeah, just do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I go to-
Fuck.